Okay. Who's ready to get the show on the road? On the show on the road. Let's see the live button.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Shake it, but get pointing out all the lies. Putting the scripture right in your eyes. The Bible guy. He reads Hebrew and Greek and shows you that your book's not unique. The Bible guy. He turns through the pages until every Christian rages. The Bible guy. Watch one time and you're hooked. Now let's watch why the Christians get cooked. The Bible guy.
Howdy, howdy, folks. Bible Guy here, coming at you live from Northeast Texas. Everyone, can I get some tapping on that screen? Share the live with those you love, with those you hate, with your friends, with your enemies. Let's get the word out there. Let's see if we can get to like 10K likes in like the first like 45 minutes. That'd be fantastic. Would love to see that. Hello to everyone on YouTube. Hello to everyone on TikTok. Howdy, hey, everybody. I'm ready for some interesting conversations today. Hopefully we don't get any crash outs and no babies who are whiners. Whiners are wieners. Do not forget that. So, how's everyone doing over here? Ooh, thank you for the confetti. It's a party up in here. Boop, boop. Can't think of one reason. You know what? Eileen, you know what? That's valid. I also cannot think of one good reason for why I should be a Christian. Let's see. Almost willing to bet Joshua will try again to join in after repeatedly being told no. We'll see. I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna come down hard on him though if he does. Fair warning. I did make sure to eat a nice full lunch before starting the show. That way I wouldn't get hangry at people and I could try to stay reasonable for much longer. How do you think the world would be different if the Gnostics won? That's hard to say because like I don't know if the Gnostics won whether or not they would have like created their own like industry the way that mainstream Christianity did. Would they have oppressed people in the same way that mainstream Christianity did? It's kind of hard to know. And plus, like, the other thing about the Gnostics is that there really isn't like a group called the Gnostics. Most scholars today understand this to be a sort of a misnomer. We kind of understand now that there wasn't a singular group called the Gnostics. In fact, what we have is like lots of different groups that have historically been categorized as Gnostics, but really they believed all kinds of different things. So it would really depend on which one of those groups were the ones that won out in the end, how the religion would be different. I can imagine if the Gospel of Thomas individuals would have won out, and it ends with Jesus telling the disciples that in order for Mary Magdalene to enter into the kingdom of heaven, she would have to become a man like they are men. So if that version of Christianity won out, would at least being like a trans man been more acceptable? It's interesting. It's interesting alternative history to think about. Yeah. I think it's fine. It's an umbrella term like Protestant. Yeah, sure, maybe. Yeah. Thank you for the fun facts. It's been fun to think about for sure. Yeah, I love thinking about what if scenarios for sure. So, Christians. I'm Dalton, the Bible Guy, resident Bible expert atheist, and I'm not a Christian. You're live on a Sunday? St. Brianna, I'm live every Sunday. What are you talking about, bud? And we already have a super chat from, let's see.
At John Clawing with the $5. Oh, Gnostics. I thought you said Nazi. Hard to tell these days.
Well, if the Nazis won out is a story within DC Comics. Whether or not the Gnostics won out, no one's written a comic book about that quite yet. Although there is a book from the late 1800s, early 1900s by oh man, what was his name? Francis. It's called The Revolt of the Angels, and in this story, it's actually presented as if like Gnosticism was somewhat true, and that the God above all gods, Yahweh, was actually Yaldabaoth, and he's just like another creature, and then they hold another rebellion of the angels against him, and it was a pretty interesting book to read, although very difficult to read by modern day standards. Christian is different to many folks. Oh yeah, there are as many Christianities as there are Christians. Facts. And some of them I think are a bit more contrived than others. I do have opinions on which versions of Christianity I think are more alike the original form, and some which I think are less alike the original form. And the ones that are less alike the original form are far more like better, as far as like they're better people overall. Howdy, Jay Linux. Good to see you there. Let's see. How does everyone enjoy the Unapologetic show today? Are they still live right now? Let's see.
Kids born with cancer, that's an indication of God's love.
Oh, that was Trust But Verify. Good to see them. Good to see them. No, it looks like Quantonaut's live right now, and Pink and Blue Shark. So, I guess we'll just keep going. But anyways, no, they're done. They had some nutty guests. I saw a couple of those. It was something to behold for sure. Including that one fella trying to I don't know, rage bait or troll as a Phil bro. And here's the God, guys, I am so bad at telling the difference between a troll and an honest Christian, because a lot of their arguments sound very much the same. It was okay until the crash out. Hi, Bible guy. Hello, accidentally atheist. What a fun name. Aren't we all accidentally atheist? At least, I mean, I didn't become an atheist on purpose, despite what some Christians might like to believe. I slept late and missed the show. Oh, okay. Well, now you're here and you can watch this show. It's a trick. There's no such thing as an honest Christian. Whoa. You shouldn't be a Christian. Like what? Yeah, I agree, Zaid. I should not be at least I can't think of any reason why I should be a Christian, but there are 78 people right here in the TikTok live. If you're one of the people out there who thinks that they might have a good reason why I should become a Christian, come on up. Let's have a conversation. I am genuinely interested to see what you have to say. And get the video ninja up too. Both sides sings as good reason. Yes, I would like to hear a good reason if you've got one, if you're a Christian. I think CJ Cornwall does a decent job being honest. I do not know who that is, but I will trust your judgment on that, Velvet. Imagine how sad we would all be if Dalton converted. I know, right? What a huge loss. I suppose. I would make a shit ton of money if I became a Christian, but luckily for you guys, I'm not sleazy enough to convert for money, you know? Let's be honest, Dalton, you're not interested in to become a Christian. Your prompt is misleading. Oh no, that's actually incorrect, nobody. I'm interested in believing whatever is true. And if Christianity is true, then I would be interested in believing in it. If what you say is true, nobody, then it means that Christianity is not true. No, you're not interested at all. Quit lying to yourself, Dalton. Nobody. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 1,000. Can you tell me what it is? If you can tell me what it is accurately, then I will concede that you're able to read my mind and know what I actually believe. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Bible is true. No, it's not. Not as far as I can tell. Improving my face is yo. The honest Christians are the ones that admit it's illogical but follow anyways for social reasons. That might be true. I study human behavior. I know better than this, Dalton. I don't trust you, nobody. I don't trust your judgment. I don't trust your statements. And I know for a fact I know better than you, because fun fact, you might say you're like, what, and you've studied human behavior, but guess what? I am the #1 expert on the inner machinations of the Bible guy's mind. Fun fact. So I know better than you whether or not I would like to believe in Christianity if it were true. All he does is cry in chat, by the way. I'm getting that, by the way. Yeah. His says, because spirituality supersedes science, God created science for man to explore his creation. Well, that's a claim, for sure. You would have to like somehow substantiate that claim. You're lying, nobody. You're just a big fat liar, is what you are. Christians also create science, astronomy, and mathematics, by the way. Yeah, but they didn't create philosophy, which is the backbone of science.
And then at Shit with the $1.99, I think they meant CJ Cornthwaite.
Also, still haven't heard of him, so no idea who that's about. Some of your most favorite names: Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein wasn't a Christian. Albert Einstein also didn't believe in God. I don't know why Christians like to rope Einstein in, but you know, he wasn't a Christian and he didn't believe in God. Also, yeah, Waterbug is right. Christians did not create our number system. It's literally Arabic numerals. No, not at the end of his life. You have no way of actually proving that. It's also really desperate and sad when Christians try to make the claim he actually converted at the end of his life, and they have no evidence for that. You're just you're a denialist. I'm denying your claim. Yes. So they must not have any good reason, because I don't see anyone down here. Yeah. Listen, that's what I have to assume, is that if Christians aren't coming up, it's because they don't have good reasons for why I should become a Christian. You know, you'll make a good Christian one day. Hard pass, unless you can demonstrate to me that's true. But we get our first guest for the day, Collage. Collage, I'm going to ask you 3 preliminary questions, and then we can get to the conversation. Question number 1, are you at least 18 years old?
That's right, yeah.
Question number 2, what pronouns do you go by?
I go from he, him.
And are you a Christian?
Yep.
All right. Collage, why should I become a Christian?
I mean, you ever shared in your life?
Have I ever shared?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
So that's a moral value. Like, I believe that book can teach a moral value for when...
The Bible?
I mean, yeah. I mean, do you think that it shouldn't be taught?
No.
Because, like, no. Is it depictions of violence? Is that it?
I'm very against slavery and misogyny.
Right, that's what all the pages entail too. Damn. I mean, so when we speak about the Bible, right, it's like light of the end of the tunnel, like type stuff for the stories that these people go through.
And the light is a giant fiery pit from which we will burn forever. Yeah.
Well, that's just a representation of life and death, my friend. They're just like, remember, everything from the Bible is not complete accuracy. It's
I agree. The Bible is not accurate. I agree.
Can I get a gift for that? Like, maybe you give me a rose for that. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to us trying to understand this book, right? It's a book of parentheses. It's a book of exclamation points, question marks.
All books
Nothing
are
is
books.
complete.
All books have parentheses and exclamation marks. What are you on about, bud?
I'm saying that it's a book that has not been classified to be fictional. It's a true book.
Nope, it's fictional. The Gospels are fictional. The book of Daniel is 100% fiction. I think the book of Genesis through Deuteronomy, all fiction. None of that's true.
Because I'm really trying to get like a heart me or something. But like, do you think that this world would be better off without a book, knowing that there would have to be some way? But what would you do with the world then, since you remove all Christianity, right? That's fine.
Just replace it with secular humanism. We'd be far better off.
So a book on secular humanism.
Oh, you don't need a book. I mean, there are secular humanistic books, but you don't need a book, dude. That's the big thing, is that, and this is one of the big things about Christians, is that Christians y'all seem to have a bit of a struggle that you think that everyone else thinks and acts in the way that you do, but with just different ideologies. So you have a holy book, so you assume that there must be a book that someone must, like, if you belong to a different like mindset, you also have to have a book, but you don't need a book to be a secular humanist.
But a humanist is, when you speak of a humanist, you're speaking of a pattern of recognition. You don't believe somebody should be recognized, should be taught what to recognize as a harm or a threat. You think people are already built into knowing what they need to do?
No, I think ethics do need to be taught to people.
Because what about the circumcision that has led to the United States?
Circumcision sucks. Circumcision's bad. There's no good reason to circumcise babies.
Well, that's what it says in the Bible, and I feel like
and the Bible's wrong for that. The Bible's wrong for telling people to mutilate their babies.
Right. So, do you think my body, my choice is a very important thing?
Do 8-day-old babies choose to be circumcised?
No, it's a decision their parents make.
There you go. It's not my body, my choice thing. It's like their body, my choice. Maybe wait till the kid is old enough to say whether or not he wants to chop off the tip of his cock.
You don't believe, yeah, but you don't believe that people should be taught in a book human secularism because you believe the parents are doing their jobs to maintain that morality.
No, sadly, most parents are Christians in this country, so they're not really doing a good job at like teaching morality to their kids.
Right, the crime rate and all that has never like diminished. Like there's still issues. Okay, so you just want everyone to understand human secularism, but
I'm sorry, how is this an argument for why I should be a Christian?
Because you want to learn something, but you don't want a book.
I know the Bible. I know the Bible better than most Christians. What are you talking about learning something?
So like, why I got something to even it out for both of us. Why don't we just force the dictionary as the religion aspect?
Dictionaries? What the dictionary? I'm getting a headache. Dictionaries are books that describe to you how words are commonly used. What does that even mean?
Well, maybe everyone should grow up with a dictionary in hand rather than a Bible. Maybe if they understand words more, there wouldn't be issues.
Maybe, I don't know. It's a ridiculous statement.
All right. Well, I'm not getting gifted here, so I'm trying to figure out what live I can go to get.
Yeah, don't give him your gifts, guys. He's what a fucking grifter. Jesus Christ. That was sad as hell. Pathetic. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna bring up Jay. Jay, welcome back to the live, Jay. What brings you up today?
Okay, I need to seriously ask you because I've been meeting too many Christians who are now all about the whole I have a relationship with God and like that whole shit. How the fuck do you deal with those people?
Oh yeah, you tell them you can't have relationships with non-existent people.
Well, like it's been baffling me because over on John's live we had like 2 of them, and they like to me they were making no sense, none at all.
I would look to, for example, the we have what's called parasocial relationships. So you'll have obsessive people who obsess over like pop stars. Like I'm sure there are people out there who are obsessive over, let's say, Sabrina Carpenter, and they think that they have like and there are even creepy guys out there probably who have deluded themselves into believing that they have an actual relationship of sorts with Sabrina Carpenter through some sort of parasocial delusion, and ask the Christian, does this individual have a relationship with Sabrina Carpenter? And if that's true and if it's not true that they don't have a relationship with Sabrina Carpenter, how much more so for this non-existent deity?
Yeah, no, my literally every time I've been told that, all I say to him is, ask God what the time is. And then they'll just sit there and say, why would I need to ask God? Like they don't conversate, and I don't and I don't know how to deal with that. I don't know how to deal with the non-conversation. Like, they'll sit there and they'll agree with you, but then not give a shit, but then say they're still part of the religion. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, the best course of action is just the one that I gave to you, and if they just like keep expressing that they think that they have a relationship with God, I suppose just have them try to prove God to you, and if they just don't interact, and just don't interact with them. That's all I gotta say.
It's all fucking feelings. That's literally all it is. It's just straight feelings, and it's like, bro, you do understand you're harming other people by basing your faith in just your emotions, because like one of your friends goes up to you and he's like, hey, he's an agnostic, I'm curious, why should I be a Christian? He doesn't really have any knowledge of any of this, and then you go, because it makes you feel wonderful inside and does all these great things without even knowing what the fuck that actual book has in it.
Yeah, I would just I guess the last thing I'd say to you before I let you go is just find out and determine from this individual if all they care about is like their feelings, or if they actually do care about what is and isn't true. So that's what I would do for you.
All right, thank you.
All right, have a good day, Jay. All right, well is the next guest. Well, I'm going to ask you 3 preliminary questions, and then we'll get to the conversation. Question number 1, are you at least 18?
Yes.
Question number 2, what pronouns do you go by?
He, him.
And question number 3, are you a Christian?
Yes.
All right, well, why should I become a Christian?
Word up. Do you have any pronouns I should know about?
He, him.
Sorry, I got a call. What'd you say?
He, him.
Okay, word up. Yeah. I believe it is, well, Jesus's teaching and his guidance on how to live life is the answer to the structures of our social systems of life. It's the optimum method of living life.
How much you want to bet that you don't actually do what Jesus taught?
Oh, no, I don't. I'm a sinner, brother. I'm saved by faith.
I've never met a Christian who actually does what Jesus teaches. Because,
I mean,
like, for example,
what would it be?
Yeah, Jesus taught his followers to observe the law of Moses. Christians don't do that.
They do. They follow the law through the covenant with Jesus.
Do they work on Saturdays?
No, because that wouldn't be following it through the covenant with Jesus.
Do they eat pork?
Same answer.
No, Christians do eat pork, which means they're not actually doing what Jesus taught.
Well, I'm saying that like following those rules in that way wouldn't be following the covenant through the new covenant.
Not according to Jesus. Jesus never taught you that you're not supposed to keep the law. He taught the exact opposite.
Jesus is the only one who has ever fulfilled the law.
That's irrelevant. Jesus said that Jesus said that if you break even the least of these commandments, you will be considered least in the kingdom of heaven.
Yes, and he is the only one who has not. He is considered the most in the kingdom of heaven.
No, he also says whoever does and teaches them will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. He tells his disciples that they are to do everything that the scribes and the Pharisees prescribe for them. Do you do that?
Right. And so there is this legal claim and basis that any Jewish scholar would know is the kind of like royal existential position that they take in life because God has granted them this blessing. It's only valid in Jesus. It's only valid in Jesus.
That has nothing to do with what I just said. So let's take a look at Matthew. Let's take a look at Matthew chapter 23, and let's see if we can deduce from this text what Jesus's teaching is and whether or not that you are observing that teaching. So I'm going to pull up Matthew 23 on the screen.
We're talking about it specifically now.
Yeah. Then Jesus said to the crowds and to his disciples, "The scribes and the Pharisees sit on Moses' seat. Therefore, do whatever they teach you and follow it, but do not do as they do, for they do not practice what they teach." What is Jesus telling his disciples here?
Absolutely. He says that they have a position of authority over them. He's saying, do not rebel. We're not doing a rebellion here. But whatever they're teaching you about God, I'm telling you it's wrong.
Whoa, that's not what Jesus said.
Well, they did not practice. Oh, sorry, they do not practice what they teach. So,
Yeah, so
don't do as they do.
The scribes and the Pharisees sit on Moses' seat. They have Mosaic authority, right?
Right.
Okay. Therefore, do whatever they teach and follow it. What did the scribes and the Pharisees teach?
The law.
All right. But do not do as they do, for they do not practice what they teach. In other words, while they teach the law, they're not keeping the law. So if if the scribes and the Pharisees teach people to observe the Mosaic law, and they tell you exactly how to observe it, and Jesus says you must obey the teachings of the Pharisees, therefore, as a Christian, you are obligated to observe and do what the scribes and the Pharisees prescript.
Right. He's saying that the way to follow the law of Moses is to give them their seat. Give them their seat.
And what was the Pharisaic position on whether or not you should eat pork or not?
It was there, I'm sure that if I had a rabbi, he would be telling me don't eat pork.
All right. So do you do what Jesus said, and do you obey what the rabbi says?
No, because my rabbi is Jesus, and he's never asked that.
But Jesus told you to obey the rabbis.
Yeah, of course. If I had a rabbi, I would certainly be beholden.
But we know what the rabbis teach. It's not a mystery. So Jesus says, do what the rabbis say. The rabbis say, don't eat pork. Therefore, Christians should not eat pork.
Who's my rabbi?
No, it's not just who's your rabbi. It's what do the rabbis.
It does.
No.
Do all the rabbis?
No. Where in this text does Jesus say, obey the rabbis that are above you, like your personal rabbis that you belong to a synagogue? Obey the rabbi that's the head of your synagogue. Where does it say that?
It's those that are in the authoritative seat of Moses,
which would be all rabbis,
right?
Not just your rabbis.
All rabbis agree
on whether or not you should eat pork. Yes.
Disagree. Jesus Christ.
No, Jesus didn't preach against the kosher laws.
He said that. I guess I agree with you there.
Yeah, because if you say that Jesus taught against the law of Moses, he would be breaking Deuteronomy 4:2, which would make him a sinner, thus unfit for the so-called perfect sacrifice.
But this is a bad example because I'm a vegan. Like, I'm not gonna.
Well, no, you would. That's fine because, like, there's nothing against the law of Moses in regards to veganism. Do you work on Saturdays, sundown Friday to sundown Saturday?
Right. Okay. So again, this is something that Jesus told me. He is Lord of the Sabbath.
That doesn't mean that he's the Lord of the Sabbath. You're not.
Right. And he's my rabbi.
And Jesus says that you must keep the Sabbath.
Well, Jesus also shows us that it doesn't look the same way as the Pharisees believe.
Actually, what Jesus taught was actually what the Pharisees really taught in real life. The concept of when Jesus did things on the Sabbath in order to preserve life, that's actually permitted in Judaism. It's called pikuach nefesh. So again, Jesus isn't doing anything to break the Sabbath, not really. But do you keep the Sabbath?
There's a contention about it, right?
No.
You're telling me this is unanimous across the board, that everybody was nailing this. That's why we see in the story that there's specifically people that are upset that he's doing this.
Yeah, that's because the book is fictional. Like real life Pharisees who are educated in Jewish law wouldn't see any problem with what Jesus did.
I think that's just your word against mine, brother, honestly.
No, I mean, we see real life examples of this. I mean, very recently, a couple decades ago, Rabbi Shmuley Boteach, who is an Orthodox Jewish rabbi, wrote a book called Kosher Jesus, where he actually says everything Jesus said and did in the Gospels is completely kosher and pro Torah. Any Pharisee who would have understood Jewish law in real life would have had no problem with Jesus's actions.
Yeah.
So, do you observe the Sabbath day? Yes or no?
I understand what the Sabbath is, so I observe it.
What is the Sabbath?
The day of rest.
Which is when?
It began after the sixth day.
Which is not after the sixth day. After the sixth day, which is when on the calendar?
Well, now you're getting into what in the world is the poetry being explored?
It's not poetry.
Of course it is. That's what wisdom literature is.
No, Exodus chapter 20 isn't poetry.
Exodus chapter 20. Describe. I'm sorry, I don't know.
6
What your
days
point
you
is.
shall work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath day, and you shall keep it. You shall remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy.
Right, and I'm saying that the Sabbath should be every single moment of our lives.
No, the Sabbath is the seventh day of the week according to the law of Moses, which Jesus told you to observe.
Well, I'm talking about what the Sabbath means.
I don't.
Is it wrong
And
for me to observe the Sabbath every single day?
What you as a 21st century American thinks the Sabbath means is irrelevant to what Jesus taught.
Is it wrong for me to observe the Sabbath every single day?
No, but if you work on Saturday, if you do any work, you're breaking God's law, and thus you're not doing what Jesus taught. If you want to like not work any day of the week, that's fine. I don't think that's possible. Or else you'll be homeless if you don't work at all. If you don't go to work. I didn't hear what you just said.
You said this example of somebody working on a Saturday. What if it's to preserve life? Best they know how.
Yeah, like if you're like a emergency like a fireman or something like that, sure. But if you're just working an office job, then you're not permitted to work on the Sabbath. You'd be breaking.
How about the threat unto your life that is existing under empirical rules?
You have a threat of a life to you every single Saturday? You have to work 7 days a week?
Brother, if we don't pay up, somebody's gonna knock on your door.
No, you can just work. You can just work Sunday through Friday. If Jewish people in America can make it work, then so can you.
No, understand what I'm saying. I'm saying something deeper.
What I'm hearing, what I'm hearing is excuses for why you don't do what Jesus actually taught.
No, because you don't understand what the Sabbath is.
I know I understand it way better than you do. It's Yom HaShabbat. It's the day of the Sabbath. It's on the seventh day of the week, from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. And the only reason why you shouldn't be, why you would be able to break the Sabbath is if a life is in peril. But what you're describing is not that. I understand Sabbath law better than you do. I used to practice Judaism at one point.
Okay, brother. I'm sure that there's a great culture there. I'm talking about what my rabbi taught me.
No. What your rabbi taught you was to obey the Pharisees, but you're not doing that.
That's not true. He told me that he's Lord of the Sabbath.
Nope. Matthew 23. The scribes and the Pharisees sit on Moses' seat. Therefore, do whatever they teach you and follow it. But you don't do that.
Who's my rabbi? We still haven't gotten past this.
Okay. The scribes and the Pharisees, plural. Who is that a reference to? What is the referent?
Anybody that would be beholden to that seat of Moses in my life.
No. Try again.
Because what context am I to have?
No, try again. Okay, wait. No, try again. Who are the scribes and the Pharisees? Not the metaphorical scribes and Pharisees, the actual scribes and Pharisees.
Those in the seat of Moses that I'm beholden to.
And you were right until you added the last. Oh, actually, you're beholden to every rabbi. That's who you're beholden to.
Brilliant. I appreciate that.
Okay, do you do what those rabbis tell you to do?
Is there one rabbi?
No, there's not just one rabbi. There's more than one. I don't know if you're aware of this. The rabbis, according to Jesus. You're twisting yourself into pretzels really bad, and you're making yourself look really, really dishonest right now to my audience. Jesus said, and you cannot twist his words, that the scribes and Pharisees, which are not him, these are other people. The scribes and the Pharisees sit on the seat of Moses, and therefore your rabbi Jesus says that you are to do whatever they tell you. And what did the scribes and the Pharisees teach?
Wonderful. Okay, how do the scribes and the Pharisees come to what they teach us?
Through the law of Moses, the 5 Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And what do these books say about, not plus?
Yeah, there's discussion. There's discussion.
The Torah Shebaal Peh? Yeah, but that's about how do you observe but you don't keep that either. But you don't keep that either.
Guess what? The rabbis that would be in there talking.
Well, how many prohibitions of work how many mamlechot are prohibited on Yom HaShabbat according to the Torah Shebaal Peh, the oral Torah?
God will have the final word in whatever discussion these rabbis have.
Wow, that's not an answer. That's not an answer to my question. Coping hard, brother. How many categories of work? Because you don't actually, because you brought up the Torah Shebaal Peh, the oral Torah, but you don't keep that either. I don't know why you're just indicting yourself more, that you're breaking Jesus's commandment even more.
I'm asking you about how they got those oral traditions. How did they get there?
According to the Pharisees, from Moses.
Yes. And
but you don't keep those things, do you?
You get it from God first.
You don't keep those things, do you? Stop twisting yourself. Be honest for 1 second in your life.
I follow Christ Jesus, who
No, you
fulfills
don't.
the law
No, you
of
don't.
Moses.
No, you don't.
Yes, I
You
do.
don't. No, you don't. You
I
don't
do.
follow Jesus. You don't keep Matthew chapter 23. You're a liar.
I know what he has promised. I know what he has
I don't
taught.
care. I don't care what you think he's promised. You don't do what he
He is
taught
a
you to
rabbi
do.
given to me.
I don't care what you think he promised. You don't do what he taught you to do.
You're twisting yourself in pretzels trying to get him to say something different.
No, I'm
Go
actually
read
just
his word of the Sabbath.
actually no, I'm just reading Jesus's words for what he plainly said. And Jesus being Lord of the Sabbath doesn't mean that all Christians are now exempt from keeping the Sabbath. That's a ridiculous jump in logic.
Why?
Because it doesn't follow.
How?
God is Lord of the Sabbath. Did the Jewish people have to keep the Sabbath?
Yes.
If Jesus is Lord of the Sabbath, do Christians have to keep the Sabbath?
He told us no.
No, he told you yes. Right here, Matthew 23.
Not in the ways that they
Show
were
me
doing,
show me where Jesus said that.
because they were harvesting.
Show
and that
me.
wasn't allowed.
That's permitted in Judaism.
You say so now.
No, I'm not
You
saying.
say so
I don't
now.
say so now. This is what the Pharisees have been teaching since the Second Temple period. Hikuach nefesh.
Exactly.
Don't
It
say
wasn't always that way.
Don't say exactly like what I just said aligned with what you said.
It
You
wasn't always
don't-
that way. It came later in the second.
You don't do what Jesus said to do. That's simple as that. Jesus said, obey the Pharisees. You don't obey the Pharisees.
I think we're at our impasse, brother.
David says guest is out of his depth for sure. Twisting himself into pretzels because he realizes that he can't just read what Jesus says because he doesn't do what Jesus says. He does what Paul tells him to do, but not what Jesus tells him to do. Christians don't obey Jesus.
You only keep yourself in paradise, brother. It's okay.
Anyways, what a loser. Cyber.
Hey, how are you doing? I was about to be like, Aki, tell me, why should I listen to this rabbi? Let me know. I'm curious.
They never ever do what Jesus said. It's really funny. They want to tell me to obey Jesus, but they don't obey Jesus.
Yeah, that was, man, that challah bread he was twisting himself into was goofy.
He's got
How
too
are
much.
you doing, though?
He's got too much comments. You know, he needs to get rid of all his comments.
Yes. Yes.
I'm doing fantastic on this fine Sunday. Yeah, I'm just, trying to whiff away all the copium that's been shot in my face today.
Yeah, you don't need that contact high, so you might find yourself a Christian again temporarily.
Ooh, gross. I'll make sure to get checked out by my doctor after this.
At Chip Kayet with the $6.66 Hail Nero. CJ has been on with Apologia, Kip Davis, Dan McClellan. And then the website, great guy, all hail Peggy, Doug, Sharon, Puff, etc. Well, if he's
an honest Christian, I'll have to check out and see what he says. If he's been on Dan McClellan's show and Apologia, that's pretty good, like standard right there, I think. And then
at Steve Keeter with the $5. What do you call a group of uncircumcised guys? Boys in the hood.
Oh boy,
that was not on my bingo card today.
That's so funny. Oh, just hood it up. Oh man, that's so funny. That's so good. All right, everyone, make sure you're tapping that screen. If you're a Christian and you think you have a good reason why I should become a Christian, come on up. Let's have that conversation. I promise I don't bite unless you ask me to.
And then it's only like nibbles.
Yeah, they can't handle Matthew 23. They just can't do it.
No, I wish more atheists were actually aware of Matthew 23. I just think so many get caught up in Matthew 5 and they forget that Matthew 3, especially since it's later, is a much, much stronger argument.
Yeah, especially when you pair it with Matthew 28, where Jesus tells his disciples after his death and resurrection to obey all that I've commanded you, which gets them out of the whole, well, that command was just before the crucifixion.
Yes.
Yeah. Or outrageous atheist says, what's Matthew 23? It's Jesus's first and foremost exhortation to his followers to obey the Pharisees, but then also his like reprimand of the Pharisees for doing what Christians today do, not keeping the law of Moses.
Yeah, so he essentially saying, hey, these are the people who sit on the seat of Moses. They have the authority. So whatever they say and teach, do it. However, we all know they're hypocrites, right? I like to liken it, if you've ever seen like the picture of the guy wearing the cowboy boots and he sees the next guy with the cowboy boots and they're slightly bigger, and then they see the other guy with the cowboy boots and they're even bigger. It's kind of what the Pharisees were doing. They were following the law, but not because they wanted to follow the law. They're trying to show how righteous they were by openly following it.
Yeah.
And that's what he was against.
Freedom says Matthew 23 is negative in the Greek, not a confirmation. No, it is a confirmation. I would love for you, Freedom, to bring up what you mean by that. Like what Greek tells us not to obey the Pharisees. All right. Dylan Real 7, I'm going to ask you 3 preliminary questions, and then we'll get to the conversation. Question number 1, are you at least 18?
Yeah, I'm 23.
And question number 2, what pronouns do you go by?
Oh my goodness, bro.
Oh my goodness, bro.
I'm a dude. You can tell by my voice. I go by...
Come on, don't be a wuss. Just tell me what your pronouns are.
Okay, my pronouns are she, her.
All right. Okay, young lady. And question number 3, are you a Christian?
Yes.
Okay, remember, lying is a sin, young lady. Anyways, question, so why should I become a Christian?
If you want to be a higher person...
I can do that with just some with a blunt.
No, you can't.
I'm gonna do that with a blunt. I'm fine.
No, because if you come to Christ, you understand fasting, you understand grounding, you understand the Holy Spirit, you understand prayer.
I can
you
fast.
Understand eating healthy. You understand not eating pork.
Dylan. I understand these concepts. I just don't believe in all of them. I don't believe in
ritualistic. I know, but listening to God takes you to a higher form.
No, smoking.
Yes, it does.
Smoking a blunt will take you to a higher form.
Marijuana is good for you.
Ritualistic starvation is meaningless to me. Why would I? That's not ritualistic starvation, aka fasting. Doesn't have any purpose for me because I don't believe in your God.
Fasting has everything to do with health. Whether you believe in God or regardless, fasting helps.
Ritualistic starvation is not healthy.
It's okay to fast, bro. It heals your body.
It's okay to abstain from food for a certain time, but fasting the way they did in the Bible, not healthy.
It's okay, dude. It's okay to do that.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. Now, why should I be a Christian? Because that was a shit argument.
I said if you want to be a Christian, you'll be a higher person. If you want to be a lower person, don't be a Christian.
If I wanted to be a lower person, I would convert to Christianity. No, if I want to be a lower person, I would convert to Christianity. Because
Christians have the nicest communities. We are the nicest. We give the nicest.
No, they don't. You know how many Christians...
Have you ever been to a rich neighborhood? They are Christian. Go to a rich neighborhood, they're Christian.
So, do you know how many Christians I have come up on my live and call me fat and use slurs?
You are fat. You need to lose weight.
Yeah. What the fuck is with this guy? You're a fucking troll, aren't you? There's no way you're gonna come up here and say Christians are the nicest community and go, you're fat. By the way, do you think you're being a good example?
It's not good to be.
He's a fucking goofball. I'm quite healthy. I'm healthy as hell.
Okay, then go run.
I run all the time, bud. And this is not a good argument. If anything, you're making me want to be less Christian by the second because you're an asshole. You think being an asshole is being an asshole for Jesus is a good look for you?
Look, bro, love hurts sometimes.
Here, let's get a 1 in the comment section for all the people who are pushed further away from Christianity because of Dylan. What's up, Cyber?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you get around if fasting is like one of these pillars? How do you get around? Judaism has fasting. Islam has a whole month of Ramadan where they fast. Hinduism has fasting in it. We've got Buddhism with fasting in it. Jainism has fasting in it. So Sikhism, the Baha'i faith, and many indigenous religions, these all institute fasting within their religions.
Yeah, maybe I should just convert to Judaism and fuck Christianity. Why should I be a Christian and not Jewish? In fact, here, wait a minute.
Epstein was a Jew. That's why.
So was Jesus.
No, Jesus. Oh, you're a Jew.
There.
That's why.
There.
That's
now,
why you're fat.
now I'm.
That's why you're fat and
now,
ugly.
now. Oh, Jesus was fat and ugly.
Jesus hated the Jews. He literally talked shit about.
Have you read the Bible, Dylan? Have you actually read the Bible? What did Jesus say in Matthew chapter 4 about the Jewish people? I mean, sorry, in John 4 about the Jewish people.
What about Colossians, where he calls the Jews the synagogue
That's
of
not
Satan?
Jesus.
What
Fun
about
fact,
the
that's
synagogue
not
of Satan,
Jesus. That's not Jesus. Colossians was not written by Jesus. What did Jesus say about the Jews in John chapter 4?
I don't know, man.
We know what is true, for salvation is of the Jews.
You understand? Jews of these days think Jesus is burning in hell, right?
So I have to drop you now because you've been flagged for anti-Semitism. So go fuck yourself, Dylan. If there is a hell, I hope you burn in it for a very long time. You ass wipe.
Instant crash out.
I know his parents failed him. Absolutely.
Yes. You'll know them by their fruits, chat. You'll know them by their fruits.
Can we get a Christian who can come up here and not be a total dickhead? That would be fantastic. Someone who's actually a good representation of the Christian community and not an anti-Semitic little shithead like our last guest. Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, Dylan, I'm just going to go ahead and block you for being an anti-Semite. You dumb son of a bitch. Bye. Man, he said you're Jewish. Why they always think I'm Jewish? Guys, I shook the family tree and not a single Jewish person fell out.
I know you were toying with the idea there for a little bit. How far did you get down that?
I was a Noahide. Just a Noahide.
That's fair.
Yeah, because in Judaism, for unlike Christians who want to make you a Christian, Jewish people are like, you don't actually need to become a Jew to be saved, because strangely enough, Judaism's a lot less dickish than Christianity is.
Right.
All right, we're gonna talk to Mark now. Hopefully Mark will be an adult. Mark, I'm gonna ask you 3 preliminary questions and then we'll get to the conversation. Question number 1, are you at least 18 years old?
All right, no, I'm not, but I will leave this life. Okay.
Bye. No, yeetus the fetus.
Your umbilical cord must have been snipped for at least 18 plus years.
That's the rule. All right, we're gonna do a quick restart since that last dickhead, got my live flagged for his anti-Semitism. So we're just gonna do a quick restart. All right, let's see. Really, guys, fuck that kid. There is something so honestly hypocritical about Christians who hate Jewish people. It's so crazy to me. Like, and also to say that Jesus wasn't Jewish, you have to be the most brain dead individual to make such a statement. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Dalton, how you doing? That guy was, as soon as he said Jesus hated the Jews, I was like, oh, you have not read any of the Bible.
He has not read the Bible. And then he goes on to quote Paul. When I was talking about Jesus, they also don't know who was responsible for any parts of the Bible. He probably thinks that Jesus wrote Colossians, which is crazy,
It's wild to me.
I know it's hard reading, Christians. I know it's hard, but you gotta try. Hourglass says, "What did I miss? Just a child acting childish,
Plus an actual child as well.
And an actual child, yeah." The new Facebook profile is fire. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I thought about.
I do like the new profile picture.
Yeah, that took a little bit of photoshopping, but replacing my background with something that wasn't a green screen, Oh man. Oh, that's why they were kicked off. Yeah, they were kicked off for being anti-Semitic. Lucifer started following you. Awesome. Hell yeah. I got a follower called Lucifer. It's so funny.
That's awesome.
So everyone, make sure you tap that screen, share the live with those you love, with those you hate, with your friends, and with your enemies. Let's get the word out there so we can have some interesting conversations about whether or not I, the Bible guy, should become a Christian. The biblical knowledge between host and co-host would mog most churches combined. What does it mean to mog a church? Yeah. I know what a mog is, a man of God. What does it mean to mog most churches?
there's some kind of meme now, something about mocking. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a meme that's been going around for a while now.
Fun fact, Mountaintop, I've had this knowledge in my head long before ChatGPT was ever like a publicly used app. All I'm getting from you is that you don't know the Bible all that well, and you think the reason I know the Bible better than you is because I use ChatGPT. That's sad.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to talk to you.
I didn't need it. I was listening to people who...
We're going to talk to you, Paul's World. Paul, I'm going to ask you 3 preliminary questions, and then we'll get to the conversation at hand. Question number 1.
I can't see your screen.
Are you at least 18 years old?
I am.
And then question number 2, what pronouns do you go by?
He, him.
And are you a Christian?
No, I'm Jewish, but I mean, I still prescribe. Well, I'm a Messianic Jew, so I still prescribe the
Messianic.
entire Bible.
I would say Messianic Jews are Christians.
Yeah.
So why should I be a Christian, Paul?
Yeah. So I would argue that number 1, Jesus was already predicted to be the Messiah, in the Old Testament. So
no, Jesus didn't fulfill a single prophecy from the Old Testament. The Tanakh.
Do you have any justification for that?
I've never had anyone present me an actual prophecy he did fulfill.
Okay, sure. Let me pull up the verse 1 second.
Yeah, I got my Bible up. If I'll bring it up on the screen. I took a guess to see which one he would quote. I got it already up, and we'll see.
There's only like 4 they really go over. People claim there's 300 of them, but they only go to like 3 or 4 of them.
True. Where is it, Paul? I can probably bring it up on the screen faster than you.
Okay, so would you agree that one of the prophecies was to be born of a virgin?
No.
I'm a prophet. I predicted it in the comments. I said he was going to go there.
So the text says in Isaiah 7:14, it says Hine ha'alma hara ve'yoledet ben ve'kirat shemo Emmanuel. Behold, the young woman is pregnant and will have a son, and she will call his name Emmanuel. Nothing about a virgin giving birth.
What translation do you use? Because I see that it says that the virgin will.
I'm not using a translation. I quoted to you from the Hebrew.
Okay, reading the Hebrew, and the English says that the virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him Emmanuel.
What's the Hebrew word for virgin? You're Messianic Jew. What's the Hebrew word for virgin?
Well, the Hebrew in this case is plural, so I mean, I don't know Hebrew.
It's not plural.
It is.
It's in the singular.
You can read the NIV.
You want me to fact check you?
Yeah, sure.
Here, let's go. Watch this. I'll pull up my screen, and I'll show you Isaiah chapter 7. We'll see if the word, which is alma in the text, is in the plural or in the singular. Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. I'm going to click on the word alma. Let's see. Alma. And the number is what? What does that say on the screen?
Are you asking me? Well, number 1, I think I was arguing that the you, the Lord, therefore the Lord himself will give you. Well, the Hebrew is plural.
The you is plural because he's speaking to Ahaz and the people around him. That's irrelevant. The question is, it says Lakin yitan Adonai hu lakem ot. Therefore, the Lord himself will give to you, as in Ahaz and the house of David, who he's talking to, a sign. Hine, behold, Alma.
Okay, then I guess
the young woman, Hara, is pregnant. Ve'yoledet ben, and she will give birth to a son. Ve'kirat shemo, and she will call his name Emmanuel. So no reference to a virgin, which would be the Hebrew word betulah. And it doesn't say tahare, she will become pregnant, or she shall conceive, but rather says ha'alma hara, the young woman is pregnant.
Wait, do you, well, okay, so You're taking it to be referencing a young woman?
Yes, Alma means young woman. Betula means virgin in Hebrew. Like in Joel 1:8, it says, "Lament like a virgin girded with the sackcloth of her youth." And the word for virgin there is betula, like a virgin.
Yeah, I think that Alma is also used for like an unmarried young woman.
It's also for married. It's also for married young women. And the fact of the matter is, when we look at the context of Isaiah 7, it says that the young woman is pregnant. And this prophecy was given 700 years before Jesus was born. So either Mary was pregnant for 700 years, or there's two virgin or there's two virgin births, or this isn't about a virgin at all.
Did you read the Greek translation?
Why would I read a translation over the original Hebrew?
I think that number one, if we were to read the Septuagint, it would have like actually, yeah, it would have told us like
the Greek word there is parthenos, and parthenos in classical Greek carries the same meaning as Alma, in that it could be a virgin, it could not be a virgin. All it means is young woman, which is why in Genesis 34, after Dinah is raped, she's called a parthenos. She's not a virgin at that point.
I mean, what do you take to be a virgin?
I mean, not having yet had sex.
Do you think consensual sex overrides virginity?
Yes. She's not a virgin if she's had sex of any kind.
Do you think the unconsensual sex overrides your virginity?
Yep. If you get raped, you're not a virgin. If you get where in the Bible does it say rape does not undo that? Rape doesn't undo your virginity. Because from what I can tell, it says in the book of Deuteronomy 22 that when a man rapes a virgin of Israel, that he has defiled her. What does that mean?
Let me look at the verse.
And he has to marry her and pay her father money because now he's taking her as a wife because she's not a virgin anymore, so the father can't sell her anymore.
Yeah.
Is it Deuteronomy 22:21?
Verse 20. Verse 20. If a man meets a virgin who is not engaged and seizes her and lies with her, and they are discovered, the man who lay with her shall give 50 shekels of silver to the young woman's father, and she shall become his wife. Because he violated her, he will not be permitted to divorce her as long as he lives. Yeah, why? If she's still a virgin, then she should be able to get married to anyone else, because the thing that makes a woman valuable in ancient Israel was whether or not she was a virgin or not, if she belonged to another man.
Paul, what is your Jewish education?
Yeah.
Well, I only do Bible studies. I don't.
So you don't have any. Well, this guy up here, Dalton, he is a paramount of knowledge on Judaism and the language. He knows both Koine Greek and Biblical Hebrew. If he's up here telling you what this language, what these words mean, then you're not really in a position to try to like go around that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just like presenting an argument. I don't know.
Yeah, you would have to show us, because we understand that what it means to be a virgin means you haven't yet had sex. You haven't known a man. Women who have been raped have known a man. You would have to show us something explicit in the scriptures that tells us that after a woman gets raped, that she's called a virgin. Betula in Hebrew.
I mean, I think there's a difference between the physically and morally. I think spiritually,
there's no such thing as a physical virgin. What's the physical difference between what's the physical difference between a woman who's a virgin and not a virgin, bud?
They used to go by the hymen, but I mean that's not like.
But that's not. Yeah, but 43% of women don't believe the first time they have sex, so the hymen isn't a good indicator for whether or not someone's a virgin or not.
I'm just referencing how they viewed it in the biblical times. Well, obviously,
there's no such thing as a physical virgin.
I mean, once penetration occurs, she's just no longer considered a betula.
Okay, so no longer considered a virgin. So if she gets raped, like Dinah did, and she's called Parthenos afterwards, clearly Parthenos carries the same connotation as Alma instead of having the explicit connotation as betula.
Do you think they're guilty of sexual sin?
Of sin? No, but that doesn't mean they're not a virgin, that they're still a virgin.
Yeah, the woman, obviously, the virginity in the Bible is tied more to the purity of the heart rather than like.
No, where does it say purity of the heart for virgins? Like, what makes a virgin is the purity of the heart.
I could find the verse. 1 second. 1 second.
I've never had I've never had to debate anyone on the meaning of the word virgin. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's okay. So
I'm just gonna pull up the BDB. 2 Corinthians doesn't have the Hebrew word betula or alma, and also different time period in the Hebrew Bible.
It has a metaphoric version of pure virgin.
Metaphoric. We're not talking about metaphorical virgins. We're talking about real world virgins.
Okay, it was still talking about like the devotion to Christ spiritually.
I don't care about that. You can have had all the sex in the world and be a metaphorical virgin, but we're not talking about metaphorical virgins right now. We're talking about people who have not yet had sex.
Where in the Bible does it say that like rape is directly tied to like impurity of the heart?
I've never said anything about the heart. All I've said is that if you've had sex with a man, you're no longer a virgin. That's commonly understood even in our modern day culture, and there's nothing in the Hebrew Bible that contradicts that common understanding.
I mean, I would just take like the only like consensual sex to be like the actual sex that.
But
like
the Bible doesn't. The Hebrew Bible doesn't say that someone only ceases to be a virgin when they have consensual. Because the Bible doesn't give a fuck about consensual versus non-consensual sex. So the Bible is definitely
in Matthew's. What about like when Jesus like told like that if anyone looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart?
That has nothing to do with consensual versus non-consensual sex. If a man of Israel has non-consensual sex with a virgin, what happens to him?
I mean, I think he'd be like trialed for adultery.
No, adultery. She's not married. He's not married. A single man sees a virgin in Israel and he rapes her. What's the penalty?
I mean, he would probably get.
I'll give you a hint. What's the penalty?
I mean, I would have to look that up. I'm not exactly
We just read it. We just read it, bud.
Are you talking about Isaiah?
Deuteronomy 22. We just read it.
Yeah, the law would just like take lifelong responsibility for her.
He marries her. She becomes his wife. Yeah. So the Bible is not like, oh no, you violated her consent and that's wrong. The Bible doesn't give a fuck about that. What the Bible does give a fuck about is the fact that this woman's no longer a virgin. Therefore, she doesn't have the same like property value to her father as a non-virgin. Therefore, this man is stuck with her because no other man's going to want her now that she's not a virgin.
Okay. Do you think that like sexual purity in scripture is ultimately about the body?
Yes. At least in the Hebrew Bible, it's about the body.
I mean, what about like in the book of John? Like when, for example, when what was it? It was like when the woman was caught in adultery and then...
That's not a true story. Even in the old, you are aware that the oldest manuscripts of the Gospel of John do not have that story in it, right? And it didn't appear in the Gospel of John until 500 years after Jesus.
I mean, just because the book is predated doesn't mean that it never happened.
No, it means like if we have a bunch of Gospels of John, and none of them, as you see on the screen, none of them until the 4th, the 5th centuries have this story in it. What does that tell you?
I mean,
think critically.
I would argue. I mean, I don't think like the just because the story is not in the gospel doesn't mean that like the that
it's added in. It's added in, dude. It's not something that even if I was someone who believed that the Gospels were historically true and all that kind of nonsense, I still wouldn't believe in this story because it was added in later.
I mean, do you think like outside of John, like I guess like sources in like maybe the 3rd century?
There are no 3rd century sources that contain the story.
There is.
No, look on this. Look on the screen right now. I've got all the manuscripts in the first a few 500 years of Christianity, and you don't get any. You see all this. See all this blank space.
Are these all church? Are these all church stories?
These are all church manuscripts of the Gospel of John, and we don't get one of them that have the pericope adulterae until this one right here.
I think Augustine himself literally said that some of the scribes were removed because it seemed too lenient on adultery. So
it's not lenient on adultery though, because everything Jesus does in that story is fully in line with the law of Moses. Because if Jesus would have stoned her, he would have been guilty of sin, because the law of Moses says that if you're going to stone someone, you have to have both the man and the woman present. You have to bring them to the court, and there has to be 2 or 3 witnesses, and none of those requirements were met. But either way, it's a fake story, not true.
Yeah, added in the late 4th century. It's just not original to any of our... And none of the oldest manuscripts have it. It's just an addition. Somebody put it in there for whatever reason.
But anyways, we've gotten far off from the topic at hand. The fact of the matter is, Isaiah 7:14 doesn't say anything about a virgin who shall conceive. It just doesn't.
Okay, I mean, I personally think that the translation that you're using.
I'm looking at the Hebrew.
Okay.
I can bring up an actual scholarly, it's like the Brown Drivers Briggs Dictionary, lexicon, and let's take a look at the entry from the Brown. This is like the scholarly like standard. Let's see what the definition for Alma is. Let's see, Alma, noun, feminine, young woman, ripe sexually, made or newly married. That's all it means.
Okay, so Parthenos was never used for describing the virgin?
It's used for both virgins and non-virgins, such as Dinah.
And you don't think that... oh wait, you think Dinah was just a non-virgin?
Yes, because she was raped.
Okay,
and you've yet to give us any good reason to think that a raped woman isn't a virgin according to the Bible.
Because sexual lust and adultery is solely just based on
adultery.
It's not based on physical intercourse.
Adultery is when a woman has sex with a man that isn't her man, or when another man has sex with your woman.
Yeah, I know, premarital.
Dinah, and what happened to Dinah wasn't adultery. Dinah wasn't married.
Yeah, but I was giving you stories how that exact term, like how there were different stories back then, that showed that like that sexual lust is only on the basis of the heart and not.
That's in the New Testament. That's in the New Testament. It has nothing to do with what the law of Moses says and what the Hebrew Bible says. We're talking about whether or not the Hebrew Bible prophesies Jesus. And so far, what we have here is a story where the prophet Isaiah says that there's this young woman who is pregnant, not will become pregnant, is pregnant. Was Mary pregnant for 700 years?
No.
Was Mary alive during the time of the prophet Isaiah?
Oh, I believe so, yeah.
What? Wait, what? You think that the Virgin Mary was alive when the prophet Isaiah was alive? The prophet Isaiah lived 700 years before Jesus.
Most interpreters see this woman alive in Isaiah's time.
And was the Virgin Mary alive during the time of the prophet Isaiah?
She was probably Isaiah's own wife or a woman in the royal court.
You don't know the Bible at all, do you?
I have to drink just because he said that I have to drink this now.
This is what most Jewish interpreters think.
No, there's not a single Jewish interpreter who believes.
You want me to give you a source?
Yeah, give me a source that says that the Virgin Mary was the wife of Isaiah.
Okay, give me 1 second.
This is gonna be fucking wild. I'm gonna need a drink. 1 second. Let me get myself something real quick.
I have to have my beer because he said that that was worthy of drinking. of drinking my beer all the way because. Oh my goodness. What is it with these Christians today and not knowing anything about the book? Like, you would expect that they at least know something about it. At the very least. There are no Jewish interpretations that place Mary the mother of Jesus during the time of Isaiah. Oh my goodness. It's wild.
Okay, have you read Rashi's?
If Rocky says, if you were talking any of that time, I didn't hear a goddamn word you said. I had to go get myself a shot of Tito's.
He said something about Rashi. Tito's, the supposedly handcrafted vodka.
You know, Rabbi Shlomo Yitzhaki.
You said Rashi?
Show me where. Show me where Rashi, Rabbi. Wait, first and foremost, what does Rashi stand for?
Rabbi Shlomo Yitzhaki.
Yitzhaki. Interesting. He's probably reading it somewhere. So where does Rashi say that the Virgin Mary was married to the prophet Isaiah? Show me the exact verse. I'll pull up. In fact, I'll pull up his commentary right now.
You can go to the Safaria library.
I got something right here. Chabad, Rashi.
Why are you okay?
Let's go to the prophets. Go to Jeremiah. Which verse is he commenting on?
Isaiah 7:14.
All right, this is gonna be wild. Are you pulling this from ChatGPT? Because I can't imagine you're actually reading. Okay, let's show Rashi's commentary. I'm gonna read all of Rashi's commentary on Isaiah 7:14. Let's see if the Virgin Mary is mentioned. Is this? Did I type in Isaiah Yeshayahu? Oh, that's chapter 14. That's fine. Chapter 7, verse 14. Ooh, that vodka is going to hit me in a second, I'm sure. Okay. Therefore, the Lord on his own shall give you a sign. He will give you a sign by himself against your will. Okay. Is with child. This is actually the future, as we find concerning Manoah's wife, that the angel said to her, Judges 3:13, and you shall conceive and bear a son. As is written, behold, you are with child, you shall bear a son. The young woman, my wife will conceive this year. This was the 4th year of Ahaz. No reference to Mary yet. And she shall call his name. Divine inspiration will rest upon her. Emmanuel, literally God is with us, that is, to say that our rock shall be with us. And that is the sign, for she is a young girl, and she never prophesied, yet in this instance, divine inspiration shall rest upon her. This is what is stated below. And I was intimate with the prophetess, etc. And we do not find a prophet's wife called a prophetess unless she prophesied. Some interpret this as being said about Hezekiah, but it is impossible because when you count his years, you find that Hezekiah was born 9 years before his father's reign. And some interpret this as the sign and that she was a young girl and incapable of giving birth. Reference to Mary where?
The young woman.
No. Why do you believe that she is the virgin? Was the Virgin Mary was like what, fucking 700 years old when she gave birth to Jesus?
Wait, do you not think that this is Isaiah's own wife?
Yes, but Isaiah's wife is not the Virgin Mary.
I mean,
Mary was married to Joseph.
I mean, obviously, I'm not talking specifically about Mary. I'm talking about just the specific.
You're the one that said that, though.
You said Mary.
I didn't.
You did. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back, and we're gonna listen to you.
This is live on YouTube. It's recorded on YouTube.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna 1 second. Make sure
you asked me if it was Mary.
Hush.
I wasn't even speaking over you.
Hush. All right.
I didn't speak over you, but okay.
Hush. Jesus never taught you that you're not supposed to keep the law. He taught
Let's
see. Like, this guy has nothing to do with what I just said. So let's take a look at on whether or not you should eat pork or not. No, a little bit further along. Oh, it's way further along. Let's see. Pull up his commentary. Yeah, give me a source that says that the Virgin Mary was the. To go a little bit before that.
I believe so. Yeah.
What?
So far, what we have here is a story where the prophet Isaiah says that there's this young woman who is pregnant, not will become pregnant, is pregnant. Was Mary pregnant for 700 years?
No.
Was Mary alive during the time of the prophet Isaiah?
Well, I believe so, yeah.
What?
Wait,
What?
you think that the Virgin Mary was alive when the prophet Isaiah was alive? The prophet Isaiah lived 700 years before Jesus.
Most interpreters see this woman alive in Isaiah's time.
And was the Virgin Mary alive during the time of the prophet Isaiah?
She was probably Isaiah's own wife or a woman in the royal court.
You don't know. She was probably Isaiah's wife, the Virgin Mary. Caught in 4K.
I mean, do you not think that...
no, the Virgin Mary was not 700 years old. She wasn't married to the prophet Isaiah. This is the most ridiculous thing. You haven't read the Bible. I'm convinced you haven't read it. Otherwise, you wouldn't say something so ridiculous.
So, where exactly do you think like Mary's place in the Bible? Like, where does her storyline start?
In the book of Matthew, in the book of Luke, in the 1st century CE, 700 years after Isaiah was already dead.
Okay. Do you think that so Isaiah 7:14 has absolutely nothing to do with prophetizing the Messiah?
Nothing.
Okay, so why don't you think like that like a virgin could conceive like
because there's not a virgin in Isaiah 7:14.
How do we know that this specific woman was raped?
You're not tracking the conversation at all. Dinah was raped in Genesis 34.
Was Isaiah's wife Dinah?
No, you're not keeping up with the conversation at all. I brought up Dinah because you said, well, look at the Greek. And we looked at the Greek. The Greek word parthenos also doesn't mean that the person in Isaiah 7:14 is a virgin. And to show you that parthenos doesn't always mean virgin, I went to Genesis 34 and showed you where a woman is called a parthenos after she loses her virginity. You need to keep up, my dude. Gee whiz, that Tito stuff is strong as fuck.
I mean, I think that specifically for Isaiah 7:14, I think that Matthew just says that the virgin birth just fulfilled Isaiah 7:14.
Yeah, Matthew was wrong. Matthew was wrong. Well, the author of Matthew was wrong because Matthew didn't write the Gospel of Matthew, but the author of the Gospel of Matthew was just wrong, and he misquoted the Old Testament in order to make Jesus look like he's fulfilling prophecy. Because in the original language and context, Isaiah 7:14 is not even about the Messiah, let alone Jesus.
Okay, then why did Matthew talk about it?
He misread the word parthenos. He misunderstood what it meant.
Okay, so
so the word parthenos can mean either a virgin or a young woman. Closer to the author of Matthew's time period, the word semantic range had kind of narrowed just a little bit. So he, reading the word parthenos, would have thought, oh, wait a minute, virgin giving birth. But that's not what it's about. He just misinterpreted the word. It's a simple mistake that anyone during his time period could have made.
So what do you think he mistaken it for?
He mistook...
Yeah, he mistook parthenos to mean virgin because by the time of the 1st century, while in classical Greek, parthenos could refer to a virgin or a young woman, in Koine Greek, parthenos took upon itself a more narrow understanding of meaning. So the author of the Gospel of Matthew was just
give me like
a dingus. I've already given you Old Testament case, Genesis 34, where parthenos doesn't mean virgin.
Where Alma referred to a non-virgin?
We're not talking about Alma, we're talking about parthenos, Greek.
Yeah, but in the book of Isaiah, the word is Alma.
You're the one who brought up the Greek. Do you want to talk about the Greek?
About the Hebrew.
Okay, Alma just means young woman. I don't know what to tell you at this point.
So where would it imply like a maiden? That like where would it imply like a maiden of marriage?
Isaiah 7.
Okay, so if it implies that, then where's it going to imply that it's a non-virgin?
So Paul, in Isaiah 7, who is the young woman? Well, I think that it's Isaiah's wife, and the reason I think this is because she's called the prophetess. Then in the next chapter, Isaiah 8, she's called the prophetess, and we get a similar story where again she's she's going to be pregnant and she's going to give birth to a son, and this other son is also a sign of the Assyrian invasion. So we get two parallel prophecies about the same thing, both entailing that there's a young woman, the prophetess, who is going to give birth. What's wrong with him?
Wasn't expecting that shot to be so strong.
I thought I was saying something bad for a second.
I'm a lightweight. That's what it is.
No, me too. And then if you read Isaiah 7 at the beginning, you'll find out that Isaiah already has a son, which means that his wife was not a virgin anymore at all. So if you know which...
Sorry,
so the young woman in Isaiah 7 is Isaiah's wife, and she's already had children. So in Isaiah 7, when the word Alma is being used here, it's referring to a young woman who is already married.
Yeah, you know Isaiah already had a kid before the kid he named
Emmanuel. Where's the marriage part?
Here's to who?
Where's the marriage part?
Yeah, here I'll show you the source. So you have the Brown Drivers Briggs lexicon. The lexicon definition for what Alma means is noun, feminine, young woman, ripe sexually, maid or newly married.
That's an or. Why do you think it's implying an or?
Because Emmanuel is not her first kid. It's the second one.
And then why didn't he just say Isha?
The prophetess has...
Why didn't he say Isha?
Asa, to do?
It's
the word asa in Hebrew means to do.
I mean, I think Isa is literally just more a direct word for a wife.
Isha just means woman. There actually isn't a word in the Hebrew Bible for wife. It refers...
So Isha doesn't mean wife?
It just means woman. If your English translation will say wife, because it's understanding that the woman in question is like connected with the man sexually. But in the Hebrew, it just says, and when it says she is your wife, it says she is your woman. Like Ish is man, Isha is woman.
Which is
she shall be called Isha because she was taken from Ish.
Which signifies that it's a relationship.
That's irrelevant to the you're okay. Listen,
that's why I'm asking
you. You're not keeping track of the conversation whatsoever, at all. The text does not say a virgin shall conceive. It says the young woman is pregnant. Common present tense. Unless you want to make the claim that the Virgin Mary was 700 years old and she had a 700-year pregnancy with Jesus and gave birth to him in the 1st century CE.
Every other use of Alma is just talking about young unmarried women, like in Genesis.
No. Stop.
Okay, so is it not talking about like Rebecca before marriage? Is it not talking about like...
And Alma can be married or... Okay, the word Alma only tells you 2 things about the person in question, and only 2 things. It tells you that she's young, and it tells you that she's a woman. It doesn't tell you about her sexual status or her marriage status. She can be married or unmarried. And the way that we know that the woman in Isaiah 7 is married and not a virgin is because to suggest that she would be a virgin would be 2 options. Either there were 2 virgin births, Mary and this woman's, or you're going to make the claim that this is a Virgin Mary, in which case the Virgin Mary was pregnant for 700 years. Are you willing on this live to make the statement that the Virgin Mary was pregnant for 700 years?
No, I'm not claiming that. I'm already like contracting that statement. I know it was kind of stupid to say, but
Is the woman of Isaiah 7:14 already pregnant?
I assume so, yeah.
So the woman unquestioned was pregnant in the 7th century BCE. Mary was not alive in the 7th century BCE. Therefore, finish the sentence.
She's not holding Jesus.
Yeah, this is not about Jesus. It's not about Jesus's mama.
Okay. I mean, I pretty much think that it's still a sign.
Then you're dishonest.
Yes, the child is a sign, but it's not miraculous.
Yeah.
What do you think sign? What do you think sign means in Hebrew?
I mean, the wording. I mean, are you asking me what sign means in Hebrew?
Yeah. What is an ot?
I'm not sure. I think it's sign.
It's something that you look to, that points to something. It doesn't have to be miraculous. All of Isaiah's kids were signs to Israel. That's why he says in Isaiah chapter 8, look at me and the children, plural, that God has given me to be signs and portents to the children of Israel. The reason why this child is a sign is not because he's a virgin birth, but rather God tells the prophet to name his son Emmanuel, which means God is with us, to remind King Ahaz that even though his enemies are right at the doorstep and threatening him, that God is still with him, and that before this child is old enough to know the difference between good and evil, the land of the two kings that you, Ahaz, dread will be carried away before you. It has nothing to do with Jesus.
Okay. If it had nothing to do with Jesus and it was just like a sign to tell, well, are you saying like it was a sign for the king?
Yes, it was a sign for Ahaz and his people. They were. Did you read Isaiah 7, 1 through 13?
Yeah.
What was it about?
I read the majority of the book of Isaiah.
What was Isaiah 7, 1 through 13 about?
I'm not. I mean, I don't like know it off the top of my head, but
so it starts with
I can ask a question.
It starts with King Ahaz, and he's worried because the king of Israel in the north and the king of King Rezin are plotting to overtake the people of Judah, and people of Judah and Jerusalem are worried that they're going to be overthrown by this confederation, by this teaming up. So the prophet Isaiah comes to Ahaz to let him know that he's not going to be overtaken. And the child that is currently in the womb of the woman he points to will serve as a reminder to Ahaz that God is still with him. So he names the kid, God is with us.
Okay. I mean, then I guess I'll just have to read more into the book of Isaiah. But I mean, I guess that's it.
All right. Anything else you'd like to talk about as evidence for why you should become a Christian? Oh, he left. All right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least he was honest towards the end there. He's like, well, I'll have to go look into it some more. So
just so you guys know, I wasn't expecting this, but I am buzzed from that one
I can
shot.
see you struggling, brother. Why?
But I'm going to keep going because even with like one arm tied behind my back, I'm still able to dominate in these conversations. So let that be a show, you know? Okay, we're going to bring up Mountaintop.
Yeah, even with the one shot of vodka, you're still...
Yeah. Mountaintop. I'm going to ask you 3 preliminary questions, and then we'll get to the conversation at hand. Question number 1, are you at least 18 years old?
I am.
What was that?
I am, yeah.
All right. Question number 2, what pronouns do you go by?
I am a male.
That's a sex, but what pronouns do you go by?
I mean, people call me him.
And do you accept
sometimes.
that? Do you accept that?
I mean, that I accept, like, that's how we communicate.
Is it?
Right?
Is it?
So I understand.
Would it be accurate for me to call you he, him?
I don't do the hyphen. Just call me like, yeah, or not the hyphen, but the slash.
The slash just means he or him. Like both of these words would be used to describe you. Yes.
Yeah, but not at the same time. But yeah, those words.
No one's suggesting at the same time. Okay. Question number 3. Are you a Christian?
I am.
Shocker. Why should I be a Christian?
So I got a question that will help you understand how I determined to become a Christian. And
okay,
so
we'll see if this is a reason why I should be a Christian. All right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So Jesus, he said, I'll ask you, who did Jesus say was the greatest man to have ever lived? Greater than Abraham, greater than Moses.
He made the claim that he was greater than Abraham and Moses.
He said he pointed out a specific man, and it wasn't him.
John the Baptist.
Yeah.
John the Baptist is greater than any man who's been born of a woman. Yeah, so what? That's just a claim. And I don't necessarily believe that the historical Jesus really said that.
Okay. And I'm going to help you why I know he did say that.
Okay.
The reason John was so great was because he prepared the way for Jesus. He baptized him, and he allowed the Holy Spirit to heal. And we all can prove it individually.
Mountaintop. Just so you're aware, I've read the Gospels. I know the story. I'm asking, why should I believe the story is true?
Because the Holy Ghost is a comforter. He's a testifier.
I don't believe there's a Holy Ghost. Prove that there's a Holy Ghost.
Well, see, because God's, he's an all-knowing. He's very intelligent person.
No, he's not. Well, he doesn't even know how women's bodies work. I know more than God does.
No, that all his prophets the prophets were trying to understand God and trying to understand the people and the times and everything around them.
No, the Psalm says that the law of the God is perfect. Do you agree with the psalmist?
The law is perfect.
Okay.
What law are we talking about?
The law. What other law is there? The law of Moses. In the Psalms, when they talk
613
when the psalmist talks about the law, he's talking about the law of Moses. The law of Moses.
613.
The law of Moses records God's commandments, right?
So, I mean, it's specific if you're a priest, if you're a woman, right? So it's
yes or no. Does the law of Moses contain the words of God?
It contains what was the word you used? Oat. It points towards. What was that word? OT or something?
The word oat has nothing to do with this conversation. Does the law of Moses contain the word of God? Is the book of Deuteronomy God's word?
As far as it's translated correctly, yeah.
Okay. Does the law of Moses say that if a woman doesn't bleed the first time she has sex, she is to be put to death?
And that's why I'm grateful for the
Yes, I don't care.
Fulfillment.
Yeah, I don't care.
Well,
does the law?
I don't care.
I don't care.
But I'm not Jewish.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care.
So why do I
don't care. I don't care. Yes or no? I don't care about your theology. We'll get to that in a little bit. You made the claim that God is all-knowing. Would an all-knowing God tell us that if a woman doesn't bleed the first time she has sex, that therefore she's not a virgin, she should be put to death? I'm not asking about whether or not you should live by this or not. Did God in the Old Testament command this?
I think the prophets were inspired in some areas, and in some other areas they tried to understand what God.
You're not going to be able.
They were trying to put the pieces together.
Yes or no?
And what you get is
yes or no.
613
yes
rules.
Or no.
Why do you have 613 rules?
I don't want to hear anything out of your mouth except for a yes or no. Did God tell the people of Israel, yes or no, that if a woman is not a virgin, she does not bleed the first time she has sex, that she is to be put to death? Yes or no? I don't want to hear anything else out of your mouth.
Why? That was put in the scriptures. That was put in the scriptures.
So did God say it?
Did he directly say those words? I don't know. I wasn't there.
Then guess what? Everything you're going to say about the Bible, I'll just say the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus didn't say.
Exactly.
By the way, Jesus didn't say anything about John the Baptist. That was put in later.
Okay, whatever. You can have a scholar say anything these days. They just literally
you can have the Bible say anything these days. Apparently, too.
Exactly. So And this is why God's so great.
So making
I'm gonna say, let me say something real quick.
no. So
let me say something real quick.
No. So making an appeal to the Bible.
No. You want to have a conversation?
Making an appeal to the Bible as to why I should become a Christian is completely rendered null and void by your own logic. If you're going to make the claim that, well, in the Old Testament, God said things that actually God didn't say, and that these were added in by scribes, we can just say the same thing about the New Testament. And every reason you've given me thus far for why I should become a Christian is rendered null and void. Jesus didn't say any of that shit. That was added in by scribes. I can say the same thing you're doing, and I don't have to provide. And I don't have to provide any evidence because you didn't provide any evidence.
Exactly. So now I'm getting to the point.
So why should I become a Christian?
Exactly, because we're going to have people, leaders, church leaders. We're going to have scholars. We're going to have people that translate differently, speak differently. We're going to have all these issues with the word of God, right? That's a given. That's why there is confusion. That's why there's debates, right? So God, in his wisdom, provided the Holy Ghost to confirm what is of God and what is of man. There's your answer. Pretty simple.
You done with your nonsense?
No, that was perfect. Perfect, logical.
Not perfect at all. That was incorrect.
There was nothing perfect or logical about what you said. Now, why should I become a Christian?
Because
I didn't listen to a word.
Why should I listen to you? Why should I listen to anybody?
It's not about listening to me. I'm not trying to convince you to be an atheist. I'm asking you why I should become a Christian. And so far, you're not very convincing.
I mean, the Holy Ghost is better at convincing.
The Holy Ghost doesn't exist. If the Holy Ghost is working through you, he's really bad at arguing.
And I'm very passionate, and it's very hard for the Holy Ghost to work with me to spread the gospel.
Wait. Isn't the Holy Ghost supposed to be one of the three persons of the triune God?
I don't believe in the Trinity.
So the Holy Ghost isn't God, and it's not all powerful. God can't. Do you think God is all powerful?
They're one in purpose to bring the salvation of mankind.
Is God all powerful? You got to start answering the questions I'm actually asking you. It's
getting
annoying.
Didn't God say we're all gods as well? Like we're going to be heirs?
I didn't ask you about that. Listen to the question I'm asking you and answer the question.
Word of God throws people off.
Hush. Answer the question I'm actually asking you. And stop answering questions I never asked you. Is God all powerful?
Yeah.
Can God give the Holy Spirit all the power it needs to make you give a good argument? Or is he too weak to do that?
So I have to be worthy. I have to live a life that will make me more receptive to the Holy Ghost. And so the better I do that, the better I'm able to communicate.
So God's not powerful enough to do it then?
No, because I have free will. I can rebel against God, or I can choose to follow him.
Doesn't matter if you have free will or not. God would be able to.
Yeah, it does.
No, because if the Holy Spirit could give you good implant into your brain good arguments to give, or is God not capable of doing that?
He 100% is, but it has to be my choice.
Why aren't you? So you're choosing not to give the good arguments?
No, it's because I'm learning as I'm going.
No. You don't have to learn. The Holy Spirit could give you the good arguments.
He does a lot, but
then why aren't you using them?
Because it's for one thing.
Any answer you're about to give
back to the faith.
Any answer you're about to give me is basically you confessing that you're choosing not to give good arguments.
No, I'm learning to be a better Christian, so I'll be more receptive to the Holy Ghost.
You don't have to. No, that doesn't matter. God is all powerful. No, it doesn't matter because God is all powerful. He can give the Holy Spirit enough power to implant into your brain. It doesn't infringe upon your free will. You can still choose in your own mind. You have the information in your head.
But if he's implanting something, that's going to mess up with my own thinking. I'm not allowed to.
No.
I have to think.
Nope.
Like,
You can.
Holy
You
Ghost,
can.
please
Nope.
help
You can.
me with
Nope.
this.
Nope. You can choose whether or not you want to use the good argument or the bad argument.
I can't, because sometimes you don't know. Like, sometimes it could be your own thinking. Sometimes it can be the Holy Ghost.
God's not powerful enough to let you to make it to where you know for a fact that the argument is from the Holy Spirit.
I'll tell you why he's not. It's out of mercy, because if we were all robots and we were all told exactly what to do,
it has nothing to do with
you don't want to hear it.
It has
because I
nothing
got logical
no,
reasons.
No, it has nothing to do with you being a robot. You still get to make the choice whether or not you
No,
want
you
to use
don't.
the. Yes, you do. You can choose. Like, for example, if you give me let's say I'm arguing against someone and you give me information that is true and I know it's true, it's a good argument. I can still choose whether or not I want to use your good argument or if I want to use my bad argument. So either you're just God isn't powerful enough can give you good arguments through the Holy Spirit, or he is and you're just choosing to use bad arguments.
It's not that. It's my choices have probably interfered with the communication.
So God's
the direct line.
Why can't
so
God?
I live a more righteous life, it'll get better.
Why isn't God powerful enough to be able to communicate to you despite your failings?
Because I have to learn lessons.
But
why? And I don't purposefully.
Why does that impede upon? Why does that impede upon God's power? Is he not all powerful, or is he not?
Because say this. So if God said, "Here I am," he shows up and goes, "I'm God," and he proves it, and he like does a whole bunch of things that everyone asks him to do, and he's like, "Okay."
That's not
now
what
you
I'm
know
asking.
I'm God.
That's not what I'm asking.
But I'm telling you why.
That also wouldn't impede upon free will. Do you think the devil had free will?
The devil chose to become the devil by rebelling against God.
And did the devil know with absolute certainty that God existed?
He knew God's goodness. He knew that
Did he know that God existed?
Yes, he knew exactly who God was.
So us knowing that
rebelled.
God existed would not impede upon our free will. I could still, according to your own mind, according to your own logic.
Look where Satan's at.
According to your own logic, I could be like the devil and I could just choose to rebel against God, even though I know he exists. So knowing God exists doesn't impede upon free will. The problem is the Holy Spirit isn't inspiring you at all. You just have shit arguments.
It's not. If you let me finish, I could explain why God doesn't operate in man's ways. You want God to.
I want God to actually not be weak as fuck. Is that too much?
He's not weak. It's out of mercy. That's why I'm.
It's not. Has nothing to do with mercy.
It 100% does.
No, you can't even demonstrate. No, your God doesn't exist. Your Holy Spirit doesn't exist, and you're just giving bad arguments.
I'll tell you why.
For your religion.
I'll tell you why. 100%. It's mercy, because if you knew God existed.
Correct, Saint Brianna. He is just being illogical.
He doesn't know what the other talking about.
Okay, you're gonna let me explain real quick why, so you can know, or you don't want to know.
Are you about to explain to me why God isn't powerful enough to give you good information?
He is powerful enough. It's my problem. It's my issue.
No,
I have to get.
No, listen to what I just said. Is God powerful enough to give you good information that even your stubbornness wouldn't impede upon him?
That's not how God operates.
He's not powerful enough.
No, he could do that, but
then God doesn't want me to believe in him. Here's the thing.
God could do that, but
here's the thing. I'm going to ask you a few questions about God. We're going to get to the bottom of this. And I want you to use just a simple yes or no. I don't want to hear anything else out of your mouth. All you get now is yes and no. Is God all powerful?
No.
Yes or no? God's not all powerful?
No, I was just saying no to your first statement.
No, this is my house. You either follow my rules or I'll just kick you. So yes or no, is God all powerful?
Yes, he's all powerful.
Is God all knowing?
Yes, God is. Well, and this I could get in the weeds with this.
Just a yes or no.
For the sake of the argument, yes.
Does God desire that I should be saved?
100% yes.
Okay, so if God desires that I should be saved, does God know what it would take for me to be saved?
He does. He that's why his only begotten son was crucified and was resurrected.
Does he know how to save me without impeding upon my free will?
Yeah, he's given us the Bible, prophets.
Is he powerful enough to make that thing come to pass?
So based on the plan of salvation, he will not impede on your free will.
Let's remember what I said before. Is he smart enough to be able to come up with a plan that he knows how to convince me without impeding upon my free will?
He wouldn't do that though. So no.
So he's not smart enough.
No, I'm not saying that, but it's just not of God's nature. It's not God's nature.
What's against his nature in that? I said, could he come up with a way to convince me without infringing upon my free will?
I mean, he could come up with a way, but that's not how God operates.
So
if you understand, the more you understand God, the more you see the beauty.
So he doesn't want me to. So he doesn't know. He either doesn't know, or he know. Okay, and if he knows what would convince me without infringing upon my free will, but it's not happening, it's because he must not be powerful enough to make it happen.
It's not that he's not powerful. It's just it wouldn't do you any good.
It wouldn't do me any good.
He wants you to come unto him. He doesn't want it.
Whoa. It wouldn't do me any good to be saved?
No, because that wouldn't change your heart. Like you just want the golden ticket.
No. God, are you saying God's not smart enough to know how to change my heart?
I'm not saying that at all.
No, here's the problem that I'm pointing out to you, Mountaintop, is that you, in order to maintain whatever belief it is you have to sacrifice one of God's omni properties upon the altar of a logic, on the altar of logic. Either God is all powerful, he's all knowing and knows what would take to convince me, all powerful and capable of doing it, or he's just not all good and doesn't want me to be convinced. Or he's all good and wants me to be convinced. He's all knowing and knows how to do it. He's just not all powerful. He can't do it. Or he's all powerful and wants me to be saved. He just doesn't know what it would take. But I'm not convinced that God exists and I'm not saved. So one of those things, or it's just that God doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm. So I would argue that all of those omni characteristics, they do hold true to God. But
then why aren't I convinced?
Because he wants you to have a change of heart. He literally wants your soul, your nature, everything change.
Wait. If God's all powerful, then he knows how to change my heart without infringing upon my free will.
Yeah, he gave you prophets, the Bible.
But the prophets, you
missionaries.
Just said, whoa, you just said that the prophets have been corrupted.
I mean, as far as with translation, thousands of years, that's a long time.
No. The translations are pretty goddamn good. I can read Hebrew. It's not a problem with the translations. Even in
the original. Do you think God really hardened Pharaoh's heart?
Yeah.
No,
that's what the Hebrew. That's what the Hebrew says.
Well, that's wrong.
No, it's not. Well, the original Hebrew is wrong. So the text is corrupt. Yep. Yep. So God gave me the prophets, but the prophets are corrupt. So why couldn't God make it to where his word? I didn't say the
prophets are corrupt. I said sometimes the text can be corrupt.
The text is the prophets. Okay.
Yeah.
Mountaintop. I've had enough of you. You're too stupid to have this conversation with.
He doesn't have the intellectual capacity for these conversations, unfortunately.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, hey.
Hi, Snitch.
Hi, Ella.
Hi. That guest was crazy.
I've had a shot of Tito's today, and even I think I'm still doing pretty good despite. That was wild. All right. We're going to bring up Chase Ross. Chase, I'm going to ask you 3 preliminary questions, and then we'll get to the conversation. Question number 1, are you at least 18 years old? Chase?
Yes.
It's AI. AI.
Oh,
Run.
God.
It's taking over the world. I knew it. I knew this day would come. The Terminators are rising.
1 second. I'll be right back.
Crazy. How are you doing today, Johnny?
I'm good, Ella. I'm good. It's good to see you here.
By the way, that last guest's logic could apply to, the last guest's illogical part could technically apply to the idea of people who choose not to vaccinate even though they're being told the information.
Yeah.
So, like, clearly you can be told information without having your free will change.
Yeah, you can. That's what Dalton was trying to tell him. He wasn't listening.
There we
Hey, welcome
go.
back. He went and got another one.
Ooh. God damn, it tastes like a marker. Anyways, okay. All right, let's see. Everyone make sure you tap that screen, share the live with those you love, with those you hate, with your friends and with your enemies. Let's have some interesting conversations and see whether or not anyone can convince me to be a Christian. I'm Dalton the Bible Guy, your resident atheist Bible expert. Bro, not another one. Yeah, another one. Who is this person talking about? I can't ground my beliefs. That's some bullshit right there. All right, D-Axel, I'm going to ask you the 3 preliminary questions at the beginning of this conversation, and then we will, Country Boy, you're more than welcome to come up, but you have to request up. Anyways, D-Axel, are you at least 18 years old?
Yes.
Question number 2.
I'm 29.
All right, question number 2, what pronouns do you go by?
He, him.
And question number 3, are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
All right, fantastic. D-Axel, why should I be a Christian?
It's good to have hope and faith. Like those are 2 great things to have.
Depends on what
something
I mean.
That gives you.
I already have hope, but it depends on what you mean by faith. By
That's
faith,
awesome.
Do you mean just belief in something without evidence, or do you just mean high confidence in something?
I guess I mean something like having faith in something positive, something to help you get through the day and get your head out of a negative space.
But by faith, do you just mean belief in something without evidence, or do you mean like I have a high confidence in this thing based on the available evidence?
Yeah. Like,
which one?
I can't prove everything.
Yeah.
Like I can't, like, without evidence. Yeah, for sure.
Oh no,
yeah.
that's not good. Believing in things without evidence is not good. If I have faith that that a woman I'm interested in has feelings for me and I have no evidence to suggest it, living based on that idea is going to get me into some predicament.
You could try to get to know her and talk to her. You never know.
Sure, but I won't have faith that she likes me, though. I will only have confidence that she likes me once I have available evidence to suggest that.
Okay, that's fine too. Like, it's okay to have like hope and faith.
I have hope already. So what do I need Christianity for?
I mean, if you like, okay, sure. If you feel like you can go through life, in all honesty, some people just need faith that things are going to go well.
I have confidence that things are going to go well based on the available evidence. I don't need
without
faith.
even any evidence. Without even any evidence that it's going to be okay.
No,
because we don't have like a handle on everything.
No, because because I want to believe true things. That's my goal. I want to believe as many true things as possible and to disbelieve as many false things as possible. And faith is a really good mechanism for like believing in things that are not true. So I'm not interested in faith, but I have hope.
But are you saying that God is false though?
Yeah, God doesn't exist as far as I know.
Isn't that like a claim, like like?
No, he said as far as
you have to disprove it.
No, the only claim is that the only claim I make is that I lack belief in God. I'm not going to make the claim that I know for a fact that there is no God. There very well could be some sort of deity out there, but I don't have any good reason to think so. So I lack belief in it.
Also, if we're going by like the scientific method and things like that, and we're trying to use evidence, the null hypothesis is never really like accepted or rejected. It just, there's either evidence to suggest the alternative hypothesis, which is usually a positive claim, not really something that's gonna, like, if you just lack belief, that's more so aligning yourself with the null hypothesis because there is no significant evidence to suggest otherwise. So it's not like a claim you need to provide, I guess, direct evidence for because you're just lacking the belief in it. I hope that makes sense.
Honestly, I could not grasp what you just said, but like, in all truth, like, okay, you can say hope in place of faith all you want. How you go about life is your choice. You're an adult and everything. Like, do you want to understand other people's reasoning, or do you want to try to be swayed into becoming a Christian?
I want to be swayed into becoming a Christian if it is true.
Okay. And you say that you want people to sway you in that direction, but
If it
you
is true.
deny everything.
If it
Yeah,
is true.
and
So you would have to demonstrate that Yahweh exists, that Jesus was the Messiah, et cetera, et cetera.
yeah, but you do realize I can't make God do anything for you, right? Like I can't
never
tell
asked you.
God to
I
prove
never asked you.
himself for you.
Never asked you to do that. That's up to God. It's God's prerogative whether or not He wants me to know He exists. I'm just asking you for whatever available evidence you have for why I should become a Christian.
Wait, but isn't that a relationship between you and God? And if you choose to give him a shot to
I've given
be
him
in
a
your
shot.
life,
Yeah, I've given him a shot. He's been an absentee father. I've never been given any good reason to think that Yahweh exists.
okay. Was it something like that happened that made you feel like nobody's answering my prayers, nothing is changing in my life?
No, I read the Bible and became convinced that it wasn't true.
Okay. And you just okay. But before you started reading the Bible and became
I was an
skeptical of the Bible.
I was an ardent Christian.
Okay, what's an ardent Christian?
Like
explain that for me.
Fervent, extremely zealous for the faith.
Zealous.
I went to
you were very adamant.
Yes, I read my Bible every single day. I prayed hours every day. Went to mass multiple times a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you while reading the Bible, it made you lose faith in God, basically.
Yeah, because I began to see that it was kind of nonsense. Like when I saw that the Bible was teaching things that weren't true, like that the earth was flat, for example, that it contradicted history. It made false claims even about itself. It contradicted itself. Like I couldn't maintain belief in it.
Yeah, you do realize, like, okay, like I'm a Christian and I don't agree with everything in the Bible either, because like I don't think the world is flat. I don't think it's right to do, like, I have my own set of morals that I also live by, not just God. Like I don't strictly do only God. I also like I have empathy for
Is this
So
is this supposed to convince me to become a Christian?
yeah.
No. I'm just saying, like,
Well, if you
like
have
you
your
can
own
still have
sets,
your morals too and think, oh, of course not, the world's not flat, like you can still have your own beliefs.
that's not the point. The point is that there's negative, like there's things in the Bible that are morally negative. Like for example, Dalton could probably provide you with the specific verse. But specifically, like there's a verse where it's talking about how if a man grapes a woman, and the father just needs like 50 shekels, and then the woman is married off to the predator. Another one would be the Amalekites and the mass Shmenacide that occurred. Like there's many like morally negative things in the Bible that you like, if you have any sense of morality, you would disagree with, especially like slave apologetics and stuff like that. So like it just doesn't, if you have your own morals, then you don't need God. There's no reason for him.
Okay, my point is, because I can touch on a couple things you said. Man rape somebody is 100%. I don't think you could just he's dad.
I didn't.
Like,
you're cutting out. I didn't understand anything you just said to me.
Hold on. Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Is my connection still kind of buggy?
Not right now.
Um, yeah. I don't agree with like paying somebody's dad off if they grape somebody's daughter. That person should just go to prison and
as a Christian,
you know.
do you not think that God is the moral, as like the standard for moral?
I have my own morals, and there's also morals in the Bible I don't fully agree with.
I mean,
so I have like
you're just making arguments
my
for why
point is that
it sounds like you're making arguments for why I shouldn't be a Christian.
no, my point is that you don't have to be like a robot and just follow everything.
I already don't follow the things in the Bible. So why should I be a Christian?
Yeah. No, I'm not saying literally you. I'm saying like in general. I'm saying
but the question is,
of
why
course
should
we all have
I?
a set of morals and
The question is, why should I? And I here means the Bible guy. Why should I, the Bible guy, become a Christian?
I know. I was responding to the other person, but yeah, it pretty much it's fully your choice. Like
No, it's
you
not.
have the choice in the matter.
No, I don't.
To make that choice.
No,
if
beliefs
you want to believe in a God.
No, beliefs aren't choices. You can't choose what you believe. If you can choose what you believe, then I want you right now to choose to believe that you are on fire.
Okay, that's just silly. But
I agree.
It's not silly.
I agree that it is silly to say that beliefs are choices. So it's not my choice to believe in Christianity. I need to be convinced that Christianity is true in order to believe in it. If I'm not convinced, then I can't believe. It's literally an impossibility.
Isn't that why there's a difference between belief and faith?
Yeah,
and
faith is
hope?
useless.
Like,
Faith is useless.
Aren't we kind of mixing the words up?
No, no. Faith is belief without evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
faith is useless.
That has nothing to do with choice.
We're kind of using all the words like they're the same.
DXL.
Faith has nothing.
Faith is absolutely useless to me as an individual, because you have faith and it leads you to Christianity. A Muslim has faith and it leads him to Muhammad. At that faith, if faith can get you to the truth and to a lie, then faith is no more useful for getting to the truth than flipping a coin. Faith isn't useful to me at all. In order to believe in Christianity, I need to be convinced that it is true. I can't flip a switch in my brain and suddenly believe that Christianity is true, no more than you can flip a switch in your brain right now and choose to believe that you are on fire.
Yeah, but you're mixing the words up again.
I'm not.
I'm using faith.
I'm saying belief. I can't. You're asking me to believe in Christianity, correct?
No, I'm asking you to have faith.
Faith is useless. I have no. Faith is not a good tool, especially not if you're like me and your goal is to believe in true things. If you just want to if you just want something that makes you feel good, more power to you, I guess. But I'm not interested in just feeling good. I'm interested in like believing in true things.
Yeah, that's
also, it should be mentioned that you still can't choose to have faith.
Yeah.
That's the point. It is to feel good. Like it does help people feel.
It doesn't help.
To have faith.
It doesn't help me feel good. So why should I be a Christian?
Okay. It's pretty much, that's the point, is faith. Like that's the whole point, is faith and hope in something that makes you feel better. Like a lot of people go through things in life and you don't want your head to be in the clouds all the time. Like sometimes you got to have hope and faith in something positive.
Isn't that literally
between the two of us? Yeah, I knew exactly I know exactly what you're about to say, Snitch. Between the two of us, DeAxel, you're the one who's got his head in the clouds. I don't.
That's literally what I was about to say. Would you want a doctor? Would you want a doctor to give you like a
head in the clouds?
Sir. Would you like a doctor to give you like some antibiotics, and instead of like when you ask, "Hey, doctor, will I get better? You think I'm gonna be okay?" Would you like your doctor to say, "Yeah, I don't really have any evidence for this treatment, but I have faith it's gonna work"? Or would you rather a doctor say, "Yeah, here's all of the evidence for this treatment. It's gonna work"?
I'd rather my doctor just tell me straight up what's the situation.
Yeah, that's how we feel.
Yeah, so not faith.
That's literally how we feel.
That's totally like it's not like my whole life revolves around faith
Here's the thing.
with everything.
Evidence and reason flies you to the moon. Faith flies you into buildings. I'm not interested in faith. So try again. Why should I be a Christian?
You kind of connected what happened on that day with Christianity.
No, I connected it with faith. And faith, it's literally the same tool that you use to believe in your thing is the same tool they use to believe in their thing. So why should I be a Christian? Because faith is not going to get you is not going to win me over, bud.
But not all people with faith have that faith.
I know some people half-ass I know some people like you half-ass their faith. Why should I be a Christian?
Do you okay? I know right now I've already said the point, but you said you don't really care for that answer, so it's kind of like not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, it's not a good.
You
It's
don't
not
really
a good.
care
It's
for
not.
faith.
It's not a good reason to be a Christian.
If you don't want
Well,
faith to
that's
take care of your health,
belief.
why would you want faith to take care of anything else in your life?
I like to
If you
have
don't
a
trust it with your
positive
health, then why
mindset
don't
that
you?
things are gonna
I think
be
what we're-
okay.
I think
I
what
like to
we've
think things are gonna be okay.
I think what we've discovered here, Snitch, is that D Axel doesn't actually care about what's true, and that's the biggest problem here.
I do.
No, you don't.
No, I do.
A person who cares what is true doesn't. A person who cares about what's true doesn't operate on faith. You don't care what's true. You and I have very different goals in mind.
But why is it only one thing in your mind that I care about? Why not? Why can't I care about
Because
both?
a person who cares about
Facts
truth
and faith.
doesn't use faith.
Yeah.
Because faith is not a good
can
mechanism
have
for getting
both.
to the. No, absolutely not.
Yes, you can.
No,
Yes,
because
not all my.
then you're
not all my-
because then you're
everything in my life doesn't revolve around faith.
Hush.
I have beliefs too.
Hush. Then
No.
if you have areas of
No.
your life where you are employing faith, then you are compromising on your desire for truth. And I'm not, unlike you, I'm not willing to make that compromise.
Yeah, and I have facts, and I.
Yeah, I'm done. All his argument was like, but Christianity feel good.
Yeah,
True.
No, thank you. So for some reason, the super chats weren't showing up on the thing, but I got them right here. I'm going to read them. I got a couple from EMBYTNC and then one from Mavis. So I'm going to go ahead and read those, and then we'll get on to the next guest. Someone said, "I love vodka, Dalton." Is it really that? Is it? Am I really all that right now? Anyways, at EMBYTNC with the $5. Oh, let me read that with a voice changer on. What am I doing?
There we go. There we go. Actually, it's actually at Shock Faye with them. No, it's Dr. Maha Moron got his ND at Rogan Medical School. Who?
Who's Dr. Maha?
God, no.
Is this a reference to
RFK Jr. Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, well, fuck RFK Jr. Why we should get rid of him. He just it's like listening to someone who's on the verge of constantly choking to death talk about medicine is not really all that interesting. And then another super chat
from at EMBY TNC with the $2. Help me save the Discord live chat with Yaoi.
Yeah, what's going on, EMBY, with the Discord right now? I went over to the Bible Guy Discord live chat, and all I see are anime gifs of people making out.
Oh my goodness!
Listen, I'm a horny motherfucker if there ever was one, but I need to know the context for why this is in the chat.
At AMBY again with the $5. Okay, fine, but that way Be that way, but I'm not giving up. My favorite form of romance will save the world. I will keep drawing, fangirling, and shipping Yaoi and Yuri. Oh.
Yaoi is like what? It's like some sort of
It's guy on guy, and then Yuri is girl on girl. Don't ask how I know that.
No, wow, snitch.
I have the internet. That's how I know.
Snitch isn't just about that abiogenesis and that working out. Okay. It's wild. Okay.
You made this with the $5. Hey Dalton, after 2 days filled with very stupid callers, maybe you should add what shape is the Earth to your preliminary questions.
You know what? It would be the problem is that if I ask that question and it turns out the thing is the conversation will devolve really quickly if I know they're a flat earther because I have very little patience for conspiracy theorists. Like if there's one thing I hate more than just faith as a concept in and of itself, it's people who hold to conspiracy theory beliefs. Even when I was a Christian, I hated conspiracy theories. I remember sitting at the school lunch table, and that actually reminds me of something. But anyways, I remember sitting at the school lunch table, and people were talking about the Illuminati with their weather making machines, and I would just roll my eyes, and while also reading the Book of Revelation. So you know, maybe I was a little bit hypocritical, but I've always had a hard spot for conspiracy theories, and that I hate them with a burning passion. So that might not help the conversations progress all that well.
Oh, E and BYTNC with the $5. Who needs available evidence when you're so adorable? Even Jesus couldn't say no to you. All.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I adorable. I'll take it. Absolutely. And then
at EMB hegemony.
Voice at EMB TNC with the $2. The Yuri and Yaoi are strong in Discord.
I see that. Y'all getting hot and heavy in the Discord, and you know what? You have my permission.
And again, EMBY with the $2. The Yuri and Yaoi are strong. Oh wait, I just read that one. Sorry. With the $5, Yaoi has legit zero context. It's the perfect thing to save dead live chats. It's not just not. It could be you. I swear.
You know what? Whatever you have to tell yourself, EMBY. You keep posting your smoochy pics in my Discord. As long as no one has a problem with it, you guys are free to do whatever the hell you want at the Discord. Oh man. Okay, that's so funny. Oh yeah, and the last two were able to show up for some reason. It stopped and then it came back. All right. Okay, everyone, make sure you tap that screen. Share the live with those you love, with those you hate, with your friends and with your enemies. I'm Dalton the Bible Guy. If you're a Christian, you have a good reason why I should become a Christian. Request up. I swear, as long as you answer my questions that I ask you, I'm quite nice. It's when people refuse to answer the questions that I ask them, and when they start obfuscating, that I get a little bit pissy. But I'm good. Oh man. Oh, and then at
Theory with the $5, EMBY is pronounced ND for non-binary. Oh.
Well, now I'm glad I know. NB. I've been saying it as if it was 4 separate letters this whole time. NB, as in non-binary. Fantastic. I'm glad that you pointed that out, because NB sends a lot of super chats, and I do want to be able to say y'all's names correctly. So thank you so much for that. Now, the thing I was going to show you, I keep forgetting to show you guys this. But you know, talking about my school lunches when I was in high school reminded me. Real quick, let me go to my Facebook and send myself some pictures. I have a few photos that I was going to share with you guys of myself when I was in high school. So now you guys are about to see what I actually looked like as a wee lad. Let me see. Where are these pictures at? No, that's a picture of Donald Trump and Epstein together. No, there's a picture of Donald Trump with clown makeup. Let's see. Gee whiz, how far down are these pictures? Oh, there they are. 1 and 2. And there was one more I had in here I wanted to show you guys. There it is. Fantastic. Okay, I'll show you guys now. Let me pull up my messenger. Dalton Pirate. Let's see. All right. Okay. So here's I went through a phase, obviously, as you can tell.
Damn, you look so fucking young in that picture.
Yeah, I started wearing like band tees and skinny jeans and like the what do you call that wristband type right there, the I don't know what you call it, but anyways, studded belts and band and wrist bands and stuff like that. The cuff, yeah. This was me at the skating rink. And then
You just look so different.
this is me not very long before that. Oh, you can see I'm wearing a cross because I was a little Christian boy. Yeah, and then one last picture. I was like, guys, I know I get called fat a lot, but I was like hella skinny. And this is a picture. This is me. Yeah, this is me with a Bible, practicing a sermon that I was preparing for my youth group when I was a Christian. Oh man, yeah. So that was me. I keep forgetting to show you guys, but there we go. You must have had a lot of girls, more than I should have had for a Christian boy who was I was getting laid way too much to be a Christian.
Hey, Jordan Tanko in the comments. You want to call people fat in the comments. You want to say, "Oh, you let yourself go." Why don't you get your ass up here and turn your camera on? Let's see what you look like. Come on.
Probably an uggo. Anyways, so what was I gonna say? Call it a phase. It really never went away. I still have my moments. I still paint my nails every now and then. And I had a Christian phase. It's what I went through for sure. And I've grown out of it. Thank Peggy. But we have another super chat here. No, I'm not gonna remove Johnny B.
There we go. At Envy with the $2. You and the Codster say it wrong. LOL. It's fine. Well, now
Now I say it correctly. NB. It's it's nice to meet you. Someone said thank pegging. No, thank Peggy. Peggy, the holy strap-on, the true goddess of the gapes.
Goddamn.
I'm at John Klein with the $2. This game is fun. If anyone says faith, drink. Oh God, no!
Oh, don't do that. We wouldn't survive. That's so funny. Steel say rar. Rar means I love you in dinosaur, and I rar all of you. Oh man, let's see.
My screen got stuck on the comments and I couldn't do anything because the restriction came up right as I was typing in the comments, and my screen got stuck and I couldn't click off of it.
What the hell are you going on about in the comment section, Dakaro? Freemasons correlate to Einstein, a adversary for all of such, just like Aleister Crowley.
Oh yeah, the occultist, yeah.
What? Those are three things that have nothing to do with each other. Aleister Crowley, that dickhead with the island, and the Freemasons have nothing to do with each other. The Freemasons really are the boogeymen of modern day conspiracy theory minded Christians.
Yeah, they are.
Most, as far as I know, a lot of Freemasons are Christians.
Yeah, they were actually.
Like guys, I can't become a Freemason even if I wanted to. They wouldn't allow me to join if I wanted to because of the fact that I don't believe in a God. Took over for the Illuminati. Maybe that's what it is. I send lives to people on yeah, I guess I'll have to do it on my iPad. Come in. Yeah. 2. Are you gonna watch the first half of that movie? Well, go ahead and start now because I've got 30 minutes left, and by the time I get done, you'll have 20 minutes left before you catch up to where we were last night. My sister and I were watching The Maze Runner last night. Turns out I didn't know it, but she was drunk off her ass, and she doesn't remember the first 50 minutes of the movie that we watched. Say hi to the people.
Hello, Dalton's sister. It's nice to meet you.
Hello.
As well, the roof of Stein's temple had a boat with the Knights of Malta. Okay, I'm not going to even bother reading this conspiracy theory nonsense.
You want me to do a mute?
No, just if they keep going, you can mute them. But otherwise, I'm just going to ignore them.
Just if they keep spamming.
Yeah.
Okay.
W. Dalton's sister. Absolutely. By the way, everyone, Bible sister's name is Chastity.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to need a hard reset with hard liquor. Dalton, I finished Supernatural. I need another series recommendation. Sure. The Winchesters. There you go. The Winchesters.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Is a 1-season spinoff of Supernatural starring John and Mary Winchester. I'm pretty sure it's on HBO Max. It was pretty good. It's sad that they never got a season 2. But go ahead and check it out. Okay, real quick, guys, we're gonna do another restart on TikTok so that we can get some actual Christians to come in and be opposition. But I'll see you all in just a hot minute.
Hell yeah, I'll be here.
Woo-wee. I tell you what. It's weird because it hits me all of a sudden, and then after like 30 minutes, I really don't feel anything anymore, all that much. No more bullshit says first to comment for sure, 100%. I think maybe Tuesday I'll run the multiple questions on the board because people seem to. In fact, I'll just bring it up right now, and maybe that will inspire someone to come up and talk because they'll have more to talk about. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let me get my other beer real quick. Give me 1 second.
There we go. Why should I? Christians, I don't believe Jesus was Messiah. I don't think the Bible's true. I don't think he rose from the dead. Why should I become a Christian? And does the Bible have fulfilled prophecies? And I guess, I'll add the extra 2. Is God good and is there justice in Christianity? I'm not convinced that any of these propositions are true, but if you think they are, you're more than welcome to come up and try and convince me. Can you hear Bible Dog barking in the background? All right. No more bullshit, please. Saint Brianna and the mineralistry of Doug. Howdy, y'all. Everyone, make sure you tap that screen. Let's get the live out. And also, I want to just thank everyone who has sent a super chat today so far. I just have to keep thanking you guys because I really do appreciate it. Without your help, the Bible Guy Show could not be what it is. And so we much appreciate you guys. Hi, Ashley. Welcome back.
I got my my next Coors Light. I like Coors.
Crunchy says, is the stream ending already? No, it is not. Not for another 30 minutes. It's not ending. Someone send send the live to Cam, because I don't know how to send lives to people on the computer side of this. I know how to do it on my regular app, but on the computer it's a lot more difficult.
I regrettably don't have Cam in my share list. Actually, I could look it up.
There you go. It's Cam with a little Saturn symbol. There you go. Lathe of Heaven's got it.
Yeah, I can't do it because we've never interacted before, really.
Thank you, my homie Lathe of Heaven. All right. Anyways. Yeah, so anyways. What was Snitch, have you ever were you ever religious at any point, or have you always been non-believer?
I mean, I wasn't like vehemently religious, but my family's Catholic, so like every time we went to church, I would low-key like kind of fall asleep because I was just like, this seems so crazy to me. I don't understand. I didn't notice any difference before and after praying, and because I always had a scientific mind, I was always like, what is the point of this?
I used to fall asleep a lot in church too, but because my pastor that I had growing up he was an itinerant preacher before he became a church pastor. So as a result of being an itinerant preacher, he used to be able to just go from church to church and preach the same exact message. And it never got old because it's always a new audience. But when he switched over to a home church, that meant that he didn't really know how to switch it up all that much. So like I got tired of like hearing the same thing over and over again. I'll tell you this though, when I was Catholic, the one good thing about Catholic Mass is that they don't give you the opportunity to fall asleep, because throughout the entirety of the Mass, you're constantly standing up, sitting down, kneeling on the pews, and it just rotates like that, so they don't let you really fall asleep.
That's why I was so frustrated by it, is because, as I said, my family's Roman Catholic, and so we would always be standing up, sitting down. I would dread going to church because I didn't see any difference between the two. Like, I didn't see any difference. There was nothing that it helped me with. It just made me frustrated that I had to get up so early and then go to some place and stand up and sit down a bunch of times.
I used to have a kneeler in and I wonder if I got rid of it or if it's still somewhere around here. A kneeler is basically like it's like a little bench with a cushion on it, so that I would be able to put it next to my bed when I prayed and kneel on it so my knees wouldn't get hurt. That's how much I used to spend in my time for your red room. No. Ashlyn says Dalton like to get on his knees. What? Yeah, that's one thing that hasn't changed between me being a Christian and being an atheist. I still like to get on my knees. For any of the ladies out there who've got the appendage to make it work, let's just know I like to get on my knees. And another super chat from
Envy with the $2. Maintaining the agenda is my top priority.
Fantastic. Oh man. Ashley, I have been telling Duncan he needs to stop using your voice. It's so funny. It's like Ursula stealing Ariel's voice.
I
guess I can you two hear the voice changer when it comes on?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay, just making
I like
sure.
it. I think it's fun.
Just making sure.
I remember when you first started doing it, everybody on the YouTube was complaining. They're like, "It's AI," and I'm just like, "Guys, it's fun. I like it. I don't know what you're getting upset about."
Also, it's not AI. That's not how voice changers work. At least not the ones I use.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
11 Labs.
That's the other thing I was telling them.
11 Labs has AI voice changing, but this isn't AI. It's just changing your pitch and all that kind of stuff using like just regular tech. Yeah. But anyways, Ashlyn, I'm 2 shots of vodka into this show, and you know what? Because we got 30 minutes left, I'm just gonna round it off with a third one. I'll be right back.
I'm about 2 or 3 beers in. No, about 2. Yeah, about 2 beers in. Maybe 3, I can't remember.
I don't drink.
That's good. That's good for you. Please don't drink. It's bad for you.
It hurts my kidneys, so I couldn't even if I wanted to.
I only have 1. Yeah, believe my 1 kidney is the good one. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. The other one, the one they took out was the bad one. The one I have now is the good one.
I spilled a little bit on the floor, but it's fine. Okay, let's.
Hey, welcome back. All right, you drink, I drink. Okay.
Whoa. Oh. Hi, Cam. Woo! That got in my nose that time. Anyways.
Yeah, it does that.
Oh, hey, Ash.
Oh no, I'm just here for drunk Dalton.
She's seen drunk Dalton a few times before in person. Hi, Cam.
Hey, Parker.
Ashton, how are we doing today?
Oh. You know, I'm not you, that's for sure, but I'm interested. You've piqued my attention.
Well, I'm on shot number 3, and luckily we only have 30 minutes, like that 26, 20.
Oh, he's gone, guys.
24
just
minutes left of
FYI,
the show.
this man cannot hold his liquor.
I can though.
Ashlyn could take a whole 30-pack of Coors Light and be just fine.
Listen,
I'm just gonna start bringing up friendlies at this point.
I love Coors. Coors is one of my new favorites, I think.
Well, I don't drink Coors, but you know the point was taken. I grew up in the South, you know, and raised by men. You know, it was a culture.
Got that wild turkey drinking going on.
I did have an ex that drank wild turkey. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my grandfather did it, but he's from San Gabriel, and that's his excuse.
Christians.
Or Eagle Rare was another one that.
Yeah.
No.
Christians, if you want to debate the Bible guide, this is the perfect opportunity for you to do so, because
you can actually get one past him.
I know. I've got both my hands at this point tied behind my back, and I'll still fucking own your ass. Which is hypocritical, because I'm always talking about how I don't like slavery. Yeah, I keep owning all these Christians. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's been even though he's been struggling, he's been cooking them all day. Well, for the past hour or 2 or however long ago he started streaming.
It's been kind of slow today, really.
Yeah, it's
really slow on Sunday. They're off not reading their Bibles.
Sometimes there's like a early afternoon surge, because they get done being really mean to the waiter and waitresses when they're out after.
Ooh, true.
And then they get home and they're full of I don't know, Eucharist.
They're full of Jesus.
I'll tell you what, the wine that we had at my Catholic church was some of the best wine I've ever had. It had like a honey sort of taste to it.
You sure it wasn't mead?
No,
was it mead?
It definitely wasn't mead. I checked at one point. It was some sort of special wine that they got from the local Walmart. But
Say that sentence again. Say it again.
It was some kind of special wine that they got from the local Walmart.
Why is special all right?
Are you gonna get more and more transparent as your cognitive ability goes down more?
Guys, I'm faded right now.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is why is Dalton translucent now? He's that guy from The Boys. He's translucent.
He's the Holy Ghost, guys.
Oh, I knew it. Everybody, get on your knees. You gotta pray.
He would never to marry. Not our Dalton. Never.
Never. Not until she was at least 27 and with consent.
Dude, did y'all see the Unapologetic today? I was talking to Dalton about how Justin was called misogynistic, and I was cackling the whole fucking time.
Someone called Dalton what?
No, Justin.
Justin.
I was like, Justin's like one of the like I think there's like always internalized misogyny and with whatever. You know, that's the like leftist in me, but like Justin, misogynistic, made me die laughing.
I don't know who said that. Who said that about him?
Yeah, that's funny.
I,
no.
I was overhearing it. It sounded
knew
like
I
somebody
shouldn't
was
have
just
eaten that
really
pizza earlier.
frustrated.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But you know, I've been a victim of the woke, you know, woke mobbing. For like, I would ask questions and like, oh god, that pisses them off. So it was kind of a little justice for me in that moment.
Oh
You're
yeah.
like, interesting.
Are you
Having
talking
a good
about
time there, Dalton?
are you talking about that woman who kept calling them YT?
I don't understand.
That in the second one, the individual, I think it's like Vasily or something, Vasily, that was there. It sounded like legitimately the same person that did it to me, and they changed their name, but I have no evidence. Dalton, what are you doing?
He's just playing. We're just up here to talk while he plays, while he figures out what he can do on the live.
Dude, I was so confused about what was going on in apologetics earlier, and I was like studying and like reading stuff.
Yeah, it was part of like woke mobbing, like, oh,
what?
You know,
She was a Muslim woman who was attempting to exhibit and superiority over the boys.
Don't use big words.
Yeah, exhibiting authority over the boys by pretending to be woke, all the while secretly defending her pedophile prophet. So, you know, calling them colonizers, like, while being Muslim.
Well, it's funny because like we can all tell, right? We're all sitting here like we know you don't, like you're lying, right? Like you're playing a part, but they think that they do it really, really well, and it's like, stop. I'm dying of secondhand embarrassment. Please stop.
It was so bad. Both of the people. It wasn't just one. I was like literally, and I haven't been cued in or watching. I literally put it on. I was taking a nap, and it woke me up because of how bad it was.
Yeah, you're like, I'm sorry. What was that? That was like the guy. I can't even remember where I was yesterday, and he said he didn't. I said something, and he said, "This is why I don't like talking to women." And I was like, "You don't have to anymore."
Yeah, no, it woke me out of a deep sleep. That's how bad it was.
At NB TNC with the $2, have you considered Za?
Za, another is another reference to the plant.
Yeah, it's they say it's
oh my god, Ashlyn's
different.
talking to herself. I hate it.
They say it's something different. I don't know. I've not actually researched it or looked at it. I'm pretty sure it's just the same.
Ashlyn has seen me. I told them the story. Ashlyn has seen me firsthand while I was like incredibly elevated with the brownies.
He doesn't handle it well.
He did compliment. He did compliment your brownies, and that's not a euphemism.
I do. I think it's like they're Dutch brownies where I use Dutch. Yeah,
what
double boiler.
What would a brownie be a euphemism for?
You don't want to know.
Jazz cabbage.
Nothing.
This guy.
Two girls, one cup.
Believe women.
Oh god.
Believe women said pizza and Zaza are best combo. Jazz cabbage. I don't want to be. Oh, and the laundry says I don't want to be accused of misogyny, but Lathe, Ashlyn, and Snitch all sound so similar to me.
I don't think I sound anything like either one of them.
Listen, misogynist. I'm calling it now.
I don't hear it.
I'm kidding.
And I think we're all three white.
Yeah, I think me and Ashlyn sound a lot alike, but you know that's just me. Yeah.
I hate it so much.
It is it just like my pitch?
No, it's just that it's not you. And so he's saying the stuff. It's, you know,
Listen,
like when someone pretends. That's weird. When they impersonate someone, how like they don't just use like Trump, right? They don't just use his voice; they have to do his mannerisms and the way he speaks. And so it like my brain doesn't like it that it's your voice, but it's Dalton's petting himself, but it's Dalton's mannerisms and his like syntax. So like my brain is like, no.
Yeah, Dalton, can you mimic my syntax? I feel like I have a very specific one.
I feel like I have a very specific one.
Dalton,
No,
I'm gonna
that's
be
not my
I'm
syntax.
gonna be the devil on your shoulder. You need to have one more. You need to have one more shot for this.
Oh man,
You know you.
I don't think so.
I
I don't think he can make it to the kitchen and back. I think we would lose him. He's swaying, sitting down.
This is a true story though. One time Ashlyn did call me pretending to be someone else and I didn't recognize her own voice.
That's wild.
Wait,
You have
I
about the
remember
same
this.
tolerance as I do.
You don't remember this?
I
You
don't
called
remember
me,
this. No,
you called
I don't
me
remember
pretending to be some sort of like car
Oh, your car's extended warranty. Yeah, I yeah, that's why I don't remember it, because I do that to everyone where I'm like, I called you and I was like, yeah, we just wanted to contact you about your car's extended warranty.
Yeah, I saw this as a random person trying to scam me, so I started to be an asshole. And then she revealed herself, and it all was well.
I can't even say my main line because it gives away my last name. You know the other thing that I say? Remember that one? Something brothel. You got the dough, we got the hoe.
I'm trying to remember your last name. Got it. Yeah. Yeah.
Dalton doesn't know his last name right now. Okay.
Hi, we've been trying to reach you all regarding your Soul's extended warranty. Would you
No,
like to
they
renew?
found me. I knew it. I knew they would find me.
Pretty soon, Dalton is going to start talking Hebrew. I don't think I could ever get drunk enough that I start talking in Hebrew, y'all.
Oh my gosh, if we got Dr. Josh up here, oh, that'd be really funny.
He started.
Just me slurring in Hebrew, absolutely. Not slurring, but like slur speech, not slurring. I don't, you guys know what I mean.
We got you.
Yeah.
This is great. I'm glad I joined this party.
Guess what?
What, Cassifer?
What?
I'm gonna be moving next year.
Where to? Well, don't say
not
actually.
saying online.
Don't say where to. Yeah, you just you
like
just
my
message me,
natural response
Ashlyn.
too.
Yeah.
No, that's what we
Tell
want to
us.
know. Oh yeah,
Talk to yourself,
100
please.
people are looking.
Number? Can you tell us the address, the street address? You know, what color?
It's just us, 70 people on TikTok and however many people on YouTube. No one will. It'll be fine. No one else will find out.
I mean, we also have I also have like 80,
snitch rants.
8,000 followers. So
Yeah. Indy with the $2 says the only thing Duncan remembers is Yowie and Yuri. Yeah.
Ashlyn, have you been in the live chat Discord today?
Okay, listen.
It's great. What are you talking about?
Break.
Oh yeah, Dalton, can you remember the funniest edit you've done so far?
You mean the my Keegan?
Yeah, tell us about it again.
My Keegan video?
Yes.
Yeah, it's my favorite video I've made. What? Why?
Yeah, tell us about it. I want to hear about it again.
I can just show you.
Oh, okay, we can do that too. If you want to be like logical about it or whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, your cousin came on and crashed out?
Yeah, someone says that's their favorite one.
I've missed some stuff. I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't. Though I did get on. I think it was last night. And troll some Christians. It was a great time. I pretended to be Christian.
I saw that.
Oh,
Sean did that. I always say Sean and John. Sean did that, and he got more gifts and more follows that day. Now he's like, I got this gaggle of Christians that like I've disappointed.
So the funny thing is that like they're like, oh, solo scriptura, your problem is it's viciously circular, and I was like, I think that's the entire problem with Christianity. is that the same problem happens. And I was like, I had to give it up at that point because I was laughing, because I was like, so yeah, I just don't accept the contradictions, because I think that God gave us logic, because like the text tells us, you know, don't rely on your own understanding, but like have like good judgment. And they're like, well, no, you have to be sola scriptura because it's viciously circular. Otherwise, I was like, I'm pretty sure your position is also viciously circular.
Yeah, it's like, they can see it in other places, but not.
I was like, no, I gotta stop now.
And the people sinned a great sin, for they had made them a god of gold. And they bore him upon their shoulders, and rejoiced, saying, This be our God, O Israel.
This whole class is gonna feel my wrath.
Aaron.
Oh, man. Okay, we have here the Wizard of Ooh. Wizard of Ooh. I'm gonna ask you 3 preliminary questions. Are you at least 18?
Yeah, I am.
And are you? What pronouns do you go by?
He, him.
And are you a Christian or some sort of theist?
I am agnostic.
All right. What brings you up to the Bible Guy show?
So you read the Bible if you're the Bible guy?
Yeah, I've read the Bible. I just don't believe in it.
Dalton doesn't and
Did you read John 2:1-11?
I've read all of the Gospel of John.
Yeah. How come he turned water to wine instead of turning piss in the Mountain Dew?
You almost made it. Yeah.
I thought he was being serious. I was going to it.
Your straight face, like you just, you gotta be a little better with the straight face there.
That was funny.
Yeah, Duncan. I keep calling you Duncan Dalton. I've played myself. The echo's back for your panel, by the way. Just FYI.
There, I fixed it. I have to. There's a setting I have to turn on in order for you guys to hear when I play a video, and if I don't turn it off, you'll hear me echo. Someone call me Dorton. Dorton here's who. Anyways,
I legitimately tried to send someone here. I think it was like yesterday, the day before, and I was like, "Yeah, Bible guy, Duncan's fine," and like my brain did not catch it. And then like as they were about to leave, I was like, "No, it's Dalton." His name.
The lore, though, the lore. Does everyone remember? I know all the OGs remember the lore, but the lore was some guy came on, could not get Dalton's name right, and we just ran with it the entire time. And now it's just a thing. Just any name that starts with D. Now I'm thinking about the D. Never mind.
Dick is a name. That's Robin's name.
And my allergies just came out when I coughed. It's spring here.
So MJF Gaming Backup says, yes, the Bible is true. MJF, you are more than welcome to call in. I'll call him up to the board and we can talk about why the Bible isn't true, because I'm not convinced it is true. Peg the Patriarchy says, hey, Dayton. Hey, Peg. Peg, you're like one of the reverends of Peggy 100%. With a name like that, you're basically ordained at this point. God, I feel like whatever I'm gonna eat for lunch today, for dinner today, is gonna be so fucking good.
It will.
What's your sister making?
I have no idea, but I smell it. I smell some food being cooked up. My aunt is here, and my sister and my mother.
Did you say lunch?
Yeah, I said lunch, but I meant dinner because I've already eaten my lunch. What's funny is I think the reason why I get along so well with women over men generally is because the fact that I was raised mostly by women. Like when I was growing up, I lived with my mom, 2 of my aunts, and my grandmother and my sister, and that's who I lived with for the longest time.
It's funny because I still dislike a lot of men, and I was raised by men.
Seems like whether or not you're with them or not with them, you just don't, you just can't like them because fuck them.
To be fair, my best friends are all men too. Like really, truly speaking, you know, my friend Brent, Fern. I don't know if Fern's listening. But
Hi,
like
Fern.
a lot of these people, like I don't know if Fern's here or not. Fern was working earlier, so I don't know.
My father was never in the picture. He didn't need to be.
You know what? Same.
Yeah, for number
Z's.
6, it's a no because niggers exist.
Oh well, I'm gonna say no to you
We're just
because
gonna be a piece of shit. Wow.
I hope there is a hell so you can burn in it for just at least a little bit, bud. Enjoy it.
At least an hour.
At least an hour.
Dalton,
Yeah.
Johnny.
What, Counselor?
The goddess of pure chaos shall be your daddy now.
Yeah, you know what? I'm convinced that this person probably was a Christian that came up because who else would act like such a little fucking baby and come up and use slurs other than a Christian?
I don't know. It's always men though.
It's always men. It's always fucking men.
It's always fucking men.
But you said
It
same,
really-
Dawson.
Really is.
What, bud?
You said same though with your dad too.
Oh yeah, but I married my parents last year. I mean, I was the minister who like did the ceremony and stuff like that, and then motherfucker just like we just kicked him out. And for doing mathematics, you guys know what I mean. But yeah, and you know what?
It's not a common terminology, Dalton. No one knows what that means.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No idea.
Put it in chat.
It's not even. It's not even a text.
He broke bad, except for he's not smart. Anyways,
I get
yeah,
it. Okay,
there you go.
The blue.
Except
the
for
blue
it wasn't.
side.
Except for it wasn't blue this time.
I'm sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear
Anyways.
that, Dalton.
Oh, it's fine. Fuck him. We're happier.
Yeah, I know how you feel. I'm happier too. Like he didn't. My dad didn't need to be in the picture. I was raised by my mom, my grandfather, and my grandmother. That was all that I needed.
Kat, I'm on the panel. Just FYI.
Then we said I married my parents.
That's why it's such a strange like thing to say because you do say like I married my friends. Like I did marry my friends the year before last.
Yeah.
But like we have to. There's got to be a better way of stating it at this point. I'm tired of having to explain myself.
It's even a joke in it's even a joke in Much Ado About Nothing.
I mean,
You're.
You can just say I officiated my friend.
There we go. I officiated
That
my
sounds
friend.
sexual.
No,
just me. Okay, never mind.
No, that's just you. He popped
It
an
sounds.
Addy.
I officiated my friend. That feels. I'm with you, Ashland. That feels weird.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it was really quite nice that I got to do my friend's wedding. It was really nice because I met both of them at the restaurant where I was working at. I met the guy, he came in, worked as a dishwasher, and then the young lady, she came and worked with us as a server. And then like they met, I got to see them meet and fall in love, and then they asked me to be their minister for their wedding. So like, what a privilege that you get to like see someone fall in love and then get to like help them like make it legal in the eyes of the law.
Yeah, no. Too, and you were really happy about your dad and mom for a bit, and then he started. You're very protective of your mom, so
Yeah, I don't have a lot of patience for men who don't know how to have healthy relationships.
Yeah, if somebody tried to do something like that and it affected my mom, I would be very protective as well.
Dalton's mom is awesome though. She's so sweet. She like sat down with me outside. She's like, it was like, think of like the male equivalency of like, what are your intentions with my son? But like, It's like, I'm just his friend, I promise.
She told me
Duncan, what flavor is that?
pineapple. She told me just a couple days ago because we were talking about your brownies, and she said, I told that girl, watch out, he's never done anything like that.
I gave you a corner piece of a 20.
I ended up eating the whole brownie.
Wait, is it the good brownie?
The brownies.
Yeah,
still-
we gave
have
Calcifer
some.
some of them too.
I still have some.
You still have them?
It's in
That
the
was
fridge.
that was over a year ago.
Yes, it's frozen.
freeze them.
The top of a wedding cake?
It's frozen.
Yeah, it would be an interesting wedding cake.
I've never had that in brown. I've never had the brownies before.
Yeah, they're. I mean,
I just take the edibles. I don't do the other stuff.
Ashley's
Chemistry.
version is intense. That's all I'm gonna say.
Chemistry.
God damn, this sucker tastes like a summer day.
Hell yeah, brother.
What's funny is I actually don't really do the substance either.
You just wanted to see what Dalton was like. I'm totally with you, Ashland.
No, I really like chemistry. And it was because like chemistry is involved in cooking. So there was a sous vide involved for like steady temperature and appropriate like timing, and then there was like a laser thermometer. Like it was very, very precise.
Ashland doesn't joke about her chemical brownies.
She really doesn't.
Yeah. I've never really. I mean, I've done that once. I've done a little bit of the puffin.
Yeah, it says Dalton was a chemistry experiment.
What? I think I just like drinking more.
Man, Christians really missed an opportunity to. Oh wait, we have some people. We got Luke. Luke, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 30.
And what pronouns do you go by?
He, him.
And are you Christian?
Yeah.
All right. I'm Dalton, the Bible guy. Luke, why? Which one of the 7 questions on the board would you like to give me an answer for?
Yeah, number 4.
Why should I be a Christian? Okay, why should I be one?
Because like even if you're not Christian and operate on like a moral like system of like society should operate based on like the better whatever is like is beneficial for society is what we should do. If you operate on that like with that worldview, you should be Christian because Christians on average have better life outcomes in
I disagree.
Pretty much every facet.
Do you have data for that?
Yeah. I'm about to get into it. Can I just finish it? Okay.
Yeah, I would say secular humanism is better off for us as people than like a religion that results in like trans people and gay people being
give
oppressed.
my argument first?
Well, you made a claim. So
Yeah, I'm trying to give my argument.
You.
Well, they're
Okay.
what?
You made one claim, right? And I
Yes,
need you
and I'm
to establish
substantiating that.
Yeah,
That's what I was about to, you guys-
causation. Okay, you don't have to
What?
get upset when we're causal value, not a correlative.
Yeah, can you give me like pretty much any like social study that it's causative?
No, we're asking you
yeah,
what shows that Christianity is the causation for the society being better
No, like
off.
it doesn't have to be. If you give enough correlatives, you don't have to prove causation. It would be
Oh,
like
yes, you do.
it
Oh,
would
yes,
that
you
would be enough evidence to show that like
No.
this is a possible reason for this.
That's fallacious reasoning.
To give that standard, to give the standard that you
So
have to
actually-
prove causation
actually-
would get
actually-
rid of
actually-
all
actually-
social studies.
Actually, all of this doesn't matter to me because I don't give a fuck if you think society is better off for Christianity. I only care about whether or not Christianity is true. Like if the claims like does Yahweh exist? Was Jesus the Messiah? Was he the Son of God? That's what I care. Even if you could demonstrate that Christianity, like America would be better off if they were Christian.
Okay, so
I really couldn't give less of a fuck about that. I only
So
care
that
about
goes against
whether
secular humanism.
No,
That goes against secular
my
humanism,
goal,
actually.
my goal as Dalton the Bible guy is to believe as many true things as possible and to disbelieve as many false things as possible. So the only thing I really care about is this all you got? Is all you got
Wait,
that
objective truth? Is there objective truth?
As in, yes, because truth is just that which comports to reality. And if I make a statement and that statement is accurate to reality, then it's objectively a true statement. So like the question is the Bible, like the only thing that would make me a Christian was knowing that Jesus was actually the Messiah.
So if Christianity
I wouldn't
was
care.
like the worst possible thing, but no, I don't think you can you like let someone finish? I know you're scared to actually debate, but
I'm scared of you.
Could you let a woman? Could you ever let a woman finish?
It sounds like it. I mean, look at me, look at you.
I think I've made myself very clear. I don't care about the impact that the religion has. I only care about whether or not this. I only care whether or not the
I haven't even
statements
finished my sentence. You
in
don't
the
know if what I'm
Bible
saying
are
is
true,
bro. That's what I'm saying.
Bruh.
Okay, so if it was true,
Mhm.
but being Christian would give you the worst life outcomes. Like you would automatically be unalived at 5 years old. But like it was true. Like like Jesus was the actual Messiah. But like the life outcomes would be actually terrible. That mean you would still be Christian?
Yeah,
So it wouldn't be a
wouldn't
choice.
you?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
What?
Isn't the whole thing about
No,
isn't the whole
I
thing
don't
about
think it
being
would.
Christian? Isn't the whole thing about
I-
being Christian that you'd be willing to go to your death for being a Christian?
I'm asking you based on your worldview.
Yes, if
The
Christianity
problem
were
is
true, I would
like-
believe in it.
Yeah, the problem is
Yeah,
like you're
I'm
acting
talking
like
about believing, I'm talking about following
Yeah,
it,
I am
following it.
talking. I know
Yeah,
that's
Ashlyn's
weird for
talking.
you. The problem is like we don't believe in things because of like maybe it'll do something better for us. Like we're just either convinced of the proposition or you're not. And second of all, if there are causal and sufficient causal reasons for social outcomes. By the way, I have a degree in psychology, so that was you're trying to pull a fast one on me. We absolutely can do those things. We don't typically
things?
have the to do causal effects in social
All right,
studies.
name one.
Yeah, you can absolutely look at like things like meditation versus like nicotine use and limit factors in these and
That's
have
not causal, is it? That's
you
still
can
correlative.
have sufficient reasons for causation and depending on how
What's
much
the
control you
sufficient-
have.
What's sufficient?
How much control that you have.
Yeah, how much control?
I don't know why we're talking about this
yeah.
because I don't give a shit whether or not Christianity makes you happier or not. What I care about, like here, Luke, was Jesus the Messiah?
Don't make any sense, dude. That's not true. You believe in
Was Jesus the Messiah?
You believe in secular humanism, and there's no
Was
proof
Jesus the Messiah?
I didn't.
I'm gonna keep asking you until you answer. Was Jesus the Messiah?
There's no proof that secular humanism.
Was Jesus the Messiah?
We absolutely have.
Here,
We
don't-
absolutely have causation and learning.
Don't feed him anything else other than the question. Was Jesus the Messiah? Don't be a wuss.
Luke,
Answer the
next
question.
words out of your mouth. The
What
next
does that
words out
do
of your
with
mouth
your-
need to be yes or no, Luke. The next words out of your mouth need to be yes or no, Luke.
Because if Jesus wasn't the Messiah, then I'm not going to be a Christian. Because the whole thing about being Christian is to believe that Jesus is the Christ and the Son of God. If he's not those things, then I'm not going to be a Christian.
Why are you secular humanist?
Nope. The question is, was Jesus the Christ?
Debating.
Was Jesus the Christ? Was Jesus the
Yes.
Christ? Okay.
Yes.
Why should I think? Why should I believe Jesus was the Christ? No, this is not about you interrogating me. This is about me asking you and finding out whether or not Christianity is true. So, why should I think Jesus was the Christ?
The question is why.
No, the question is why should I think Jesus is the Christ?
Yeah, you.
No, you. Why should I think Jesus is the Christ?
No, it says why should I be Christian? This is about you, right?
Yeah, and the reason why I should become
So
Christian
it's
is
an
if it's
eternal-
true. If it's true, so if it's true, like let's take it like the Bible. Like let's talk about the Bible. Does Jesus fulfill prophecies to be the Messiah?
Yeah, can you stop
time out.
from my claim?
Time out. Luke, wait, time out.
Yes.
Above hang on. Above number 1 in yellow, it says convince me, meaning convince the host.
Yes, I am.
Well, you're doing a terrible job at it.
Yeah, well, Luke, you maybe Luke, you didn't understand, but like whether or not Christianity is like pragmatic or not for society is not convincing to me. What was my goal as an individual, me, the Bible guy, is to believe as many true things as possible and to disbelieve as many false things as possible. If you want me to be a Christian, then you need not to convince me that Christianity is pragmatic. or
Okay,
useful.
test
You
that
need to
claim.
convince
Can I test
me.
that claim?
You need to convince me that the Bible is true and that Jesus was in fact the Messiah.
Can I test your claim that you want to believe things that are true?
No, you can actually you can like prove to me that Jesus was the Messiah. Like you don't get to prove to me what my goal is. Like I'm the only one. Fun fact. Fun fact, I am the expert on what the Bible guy believes, and you're not. You will either provide for me a reason to believe Jesus is Messiah, or I'll just drop you right now. You can either be a coward and run away from the question of whether or not Jesus is the Messiah, or I'll just drop you. No, I'm not scared. I'm not scared
I
of
won't
you.
even ask you one question. You answer one question. You won't answer one.
Bye.
Luke really made Jesus proud there, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Guys,
I just
Christianity.
want to know what this guy thinks about operant and classical conditioning, because I would say that these are like one of the well-studied and most established causal factors.
This is why no one watches your stream, is what he said. Holy shit! I got 131 people watching on YouTube, 76 on TikTok, and I've got like 6,000 followers on YouTube and 10,000 on TikTok. Luke, you're trash, bud. You weren't able to the reason that you ran away from the question of was Jesus like Christians. I will never, ever, ever be convinced to be a Christian based on the utility of believing in Christianity. The only thing that will ever convince me to be a Christian is if the Bible is true, if Jesus is the Messiah, if Yahweh exists, if the miracles, if Jesus resurrected from the dead. So you're just trash, Luke.
Yeah, Luke is literally a low tier literally a low tier loser. Like, no joke.
He has only like 1,100 followers. Like, what?
Luke, why are you? Well, okay, I'm not even gonna. At this point, it's just punching down.
I just want to pull up a PubMed study from what year is this, called Causal Discovery Methods in Psychology Research Foundation to Algorithms and Practices tutorial in R. So R is a software that we use, and I actually established a causational study in my research method class, and it's absolutely able to be done in social studies. They probably took a one-on-one class, and they're probably like a finance bro that doesn't understand this, but we absolutely do have causal methods in psychological phenomenon. It happens all the time. It's so weird that people don't think that. It's you just have a control variable in the same way that you would do for anything else. They're called RCTs. They're randomized controlled trials, and you just get enough data that you can limit like covariance.
Yeah. Well, hey Dalton, thanks for having me up. I gotta go. I'll see you later. You have a good one, all right?
Yeah, bud.
Bye, bye. Of course.
At Burn Lobon with the $2. Appreciate me harder money. Gaping for Peggy.
Will do. And
At ERB with the $2. Burn gets it. Appreciate Yuri for real. My God.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so lame. Oh my God. Wrong. That was good. Okay. So, it's been 3 hours, 13 minutes. That is the end of our show. I guess the Christians were like, oh wait, we got another super chat real quick. At NB with the $5, my Yahweh Yuri cult is expanding. Also, experiments, design studies exist in psychology. There you go.
All right. So it looks like the Christians were not smart enough today to demonstrate the validity of Christianity. So, guys, I guess like
W for calling them experimental designs.
Yeah. So I guess like for now, I'm still an atheist, and I'm going to say Jesus was not the Messiah. The Bible's not true. Jesus is most definitely a big dead boy. I shouldn't be a Christian. The Bible has no fulfilled prophecies. God isn't good, and there is no justice in Christianity. But Christians, you are more than welcome to try your hand again next time. Listen, you missed your opportunity. I had 3 shots today. I had my hands tied behind my back, and you still fucking fucked it up. But anyways, I will see you all again on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I want to thank all my guests that I've had today: Johnny B, Scientific Snitch, Calcifer, Lady of Heaven, and Ashlyn, all for being here. You guys are all awesome. Also, another super chat
from Only LC Saint with a $1.99. That moron is wrong. I watch you all the time. Well,
look at that. Debunked in real time. Whatever his name was, I think it was Luke. I forgot already because he's not important. Anyways, okay, so I've been the Bible guy. Remember to keep reading.
Love you all.
Oh wait, before I send you guys off, I gotta send you off to somebody. I forgot to send y'all to raid somebody last time, and so I'm not gonna forget that. Looks like Justin is live right now. So guys, go over to Deconstruction Zone. Tell Justin that the Bible guy sent you. And with that, I've been the Bible guy. Remember to keep reading, keep learning, and we'll see you all again on Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Born from dust and questioning fire, wielding truth like a sword of desire. Ancient scrolls and cosmic flame. He tears through myth, he breaks the chain. Echoes of prophets, the stars align. Knowledge and thunder intertwine. Reason ascends where blind faith fell. He reads the word and he reads it well. The Bible guide, seeker of the light. Through time and fire he rides the night. With reason's blade and wisdom's cry. The world shall hear the Bible guide. Scrolls of ages, words aflame. He dares to question